Chapter 103, Chapter 103, Chapter 103, The Huge City, Chapter 103, Chapter 103. The huge city boomed, the grand and colossal 5 mysterious ships slowly rose into the sky, breaking through the clouds and flying in different directions. On the number 5 mysterious ship, Lu Yun stood on the deck, watching the scenery constantly whiz by beneath his feet, feeling quite emotional. A year ago, he was a new disciple, taking a mysterious ship from Cloudwater County to flying Spirit Martial Academy. B0XO. Calm now, he was an examiner, raking a mysterious ship to Eastfield County, responsible for recruiting and assessing new disciples. Time had only passed by a year. It was something he had never expected, nor could anyone else have predicted. Xiao Chun was in the same situation. But Xiao Chun didn't have much of an emotional response. He was focused on completing the task well to obtain a substantial amount of contribution points. If he was lucky and recruited a few level 5 or level 6 innate talent disciples, he could exchange them for a few more sword techniques to study when he returned to the academy, gradually perfecting his swordsmanship. Along the way, the mysterious ship stopped 9 times. The other disciples left the ship one after another, leaving only Xiao Chun and Lu Yun on deck. Both of their missions were in the final battle. Of course, there were more than just the 2 of them on the mysterious ship. Although the mysterious ship was a mysterious instrument, it could not fly without someone controlling it. Lu Yun learned from others that controlling the number 5 mysterious ship was an elder in the Golden Body realm. As a large-scale mysterious instrument, the mysterious ship could not be controlled by ordinary martial artists, and it consumed a significant amount of spirit crystals. Lu Yun stood on the edge of the mysterious ship's deck and saw a blurry city appear on the horizon, his eyes filled with astonishment. Even from a distance, the enormity and grandeur of the gigantic city could still be felt. As the mysterious ship approached, the city became even more spectacular and majestic, like an unparalleled ferocious beast standing on the land. Especially for Lu Yun, who had reached the first rank slaughter conception, he could faintly sense the heavy, vast, and terrifying slaughter aura emanating from the city. This is the border city of Spirit Martial Prefecture, one of the defense lines that has long resisted invasion by demon beasts. Standing on the mysterious ship that slowly docked, Lu Yun sighed in his heart. Outside the city, the endless wilderness and mountain ranges were faintly visible, filled with a wild and vicious aura. It is rumored that Eastfield County is the number 1 county of Spirit Martial Prefecture. One originally thought it was just an exaggeration, but now it seems that Eastfield County is not only the first county, but also the first fortress. Seeing such a peerless fortress towering above the earth, even the always calm Xiao Chun was filled with shock at this moment. Indeed, it is deserving of being called the number 1 fortress of Spirit Martial Prefecture, capable of serving as one of the defense lines against the invasion of demon beasts. And judging by this, we may have a significant harvest on this trip. Lu Yun laughed. In an area that was in constant contact with demon beasts, the local people were bound to be strong and have a high chance of producing talented individuals with good innate talent. Moreover, the Martial Academy only recruited disciples here once every 5 years, meaning there was an accumulation of more talents over time. That might be difficult to say. Xiao Chun also understood Lu Yun's thoughts, but he didn't hold high expectations. He just hoped the results wouldn't be too bad. Are you 2 here to help Eastfield City defend against the invasion of the demon beasts? Suddenly, a general clad in armor appeared with a troop of soldiers below the mysterious ship. The general wore black armor, had a formidable aura, and emitted intense energy. He was at least a 5-time true chi refiner. His sharp gaze fixed on the 2 of them, Lu Yun and Xiao Chun, on the mysterious ship. Defend against the invasion of demon beasts. Lu Yun and Xiao Chun looked at each other in confusion. Just then, another young general appeared. Bufan, you rely on brute force all the time and don't use your brain. Bufan, the previous formidable black-armored general, immediately bowed. "Greetings, Commander." "All right, stand aside." At this point, Lu Yun and Xiao Chun had already jumped to the ground, and the mysterious ship had disappeared into the void. Upon seeing Lu Yun and Xiao Chun up close, the commander was momentarily surprised, but soon recovered and greeted them with a smile. "Are you two from the Flying Spirit Martial Academy? I am Lu Yun, and this is Xiao Chun. We come from the Flying Spirit Martial Academy, responsible for the once-every-5 years recruitment examination in Eastfield County." Lu Yun explained the purpose of their visit. "Haha, my name is Wang Yuhao. One also graduated from the Flying Spirit Martial Academy, so I am your senior brother." Wang Yuhao laughed. "Junior brother Xiao and junior brother Lu, you are so young yet entrusted with such a heavy responsibility. Your talents and strength must be among the top in the academy, which is astonishing." Senior brother Wang's praise is too kind. "Both of us are unworthy." After Lu Yun spoke humbly, he changed the subject. "However, since we are all from Flying Spirit Martial Academy, one hopes senior brother Wang will help us in the upcoming examination. The two of us would be eternally grateful. Of course, after all, I am also a part of the Martial Academy. However, you Tro have come at a bad time. With the imminent attack of the demon beasts, Eastfield City is unable to attend to anything else. The examination will have to wait for some time until the crisis is resolved." Hearing this, Lu Yun and Xiao Chen's brows furrowed simultaneously. Lu Yun glanced at Bufan, who was standing to the side, and then swept his gaze around. One troop after another of black-armored soldiers advanced in an orderly manner, with powerful heavy crossbows set up on the huge city walls and soldiers silently standing guard, all in a war-ready state. Seeing these scenes, Lu Yun knew that the other party was not lying. In fact, they were only able to stand in front of him now because of their Flying Spirit Martial Academy connection. Lu Yun asked, "Senior brother Wang, how long will this beast tide last?" Wang Yuhao shook his head. "It's uncertain. It depends on the size and level of the beast tide." "What do you mean?" A cold voice came from Xiao Chen's mouth. Glancing at Xiao Chen, Wang Yuhao felt a sharp and extreme aura from him, and couldn't help but regard him with higher esteem as he explained. "Beast tides are divided into 5 levels: low, ordinary, terrifying, catastrophic, and nightmarish. Eastfield City's defensive line is often attacked by low and ordinary beast tides, and the worst one even involved a terrifying beast tide." A terrifying beast tide. Lu Yun's body shuddered involuntarily, his face full of shock. Doesn't a terrifying beast tide involve the arrival of Level 7 demon beasts? Level 7 demon beasts were absolutely terrifying. Their emergence guaranteed the destruction of the city and its inhabitants. Wang Yuhao nodded, still uneasy. Indeed, a Level 7 demon beast did appear. If it weren't for the aid of several experts from the Golden Body Realm and the use of powerful talismans, this defensive line of Eastfield Giant City would have been completely lost. Level 7 demon beast. Xiao Chen muttered under his breath, a killing intent flashing through his eyes momentarily. At the same time, his sword-wielding right hand couldn't help but tremble, the sword shaking furiously, as if ready to leave the scabbard at any moment. Noticing Xiao Chen's unusual behavior, Lu Yun wondered, is he really just ruthless, or does he hold a grudge against evil as well? Last time during their mission, Xiao Chun had shown no mercy to the White Lotus sect members, even lulling beautiful women without batting an eye. At that time, he had thought Xiao Chun had a grudge against evil cults. Looking at it now, it wasn't that simple. This guy not only harbored hatred for evil cults, but also had a strong killing intent for demon beasts. Quickly regaining his composure, Lu Yun looked at Wang Yuhao, asking, "How long do low and ordinary beast tides usually last?" "A low beast tide ends in about 3 to 5 days. while an ordinary beast tide takes at least 10 days to half a month. Lu Yun nodded slightly, thinking that they would be delayed for no more than half a month at most. Wang Yuhao said, "I'm quite busy at the moment, so 111 have Officer Bufan take you to settle down first. 111 catch up with you guys later when there's more time." Lu Yun readily agreed. "All right, Senior Brother Wang, you can go ahead and take care of your business. These two are prodigies from Flying Spirit Martial Academy. Please treat them well." Wang Yuhao ordered Bufan, who stood beside him, before hurrying away, "I shall follow Commander's orders." Immediately, Bufan led Lu Yun and Xiao Chun into RHE City. Along the way, Bufan remained silent and cold, a complete contrast from the bustling atmosphere of the city. As a captain, he should have been busier managing the city's defenses, but now he found himself ordered by his commander to lead two untested youngsters around. His displeasure was palpable, but as a soldier, refusing orders was out of the question. No matter how unwilling he felt, he had no choice but to obey. Once inside the city, the atmosphere of a military stronghold became even more pronounced. There were no street vendors or civilians on the streets, only soldiers clad in armor and constantly barking orders from their positions as captains and commanders. As they proceeded, Bufan spoke plainly. "All the inns and taverns in the city are filled with civilians and refugees from other regions who have fled here. As such, you too will have to make do with quarters within our army camp. We don't have many requirements. A place to rest is enough." With the current situation in Eastfield City being very tense, Lu Yun naturally wouldn't make any unreasonable demands. Xiao Chun was not the kind of spoiled aristocrat either. He had no concept of what accommodations should be like and remained silent, keeping an eye on their surroundings. Due to the arrival of the beast tide, the army camp had been temporarily moved from outside the city to within its confines. Under Bufan's guidance, they arrived at an empty space to the west of the city, which was the temporary location of the army camp. The numerous tents covered an area of about 10 square miles, indicating that at least 100,000 troops were stationed here. In the midst of the army camp, there was a huge square, where groups of soldiers formed themselves into square formations, using the limited time remaining to practice their drills, their battle cries ringing out towards the heavens. Upon surveying the training soldiers, Lu Yun noticed the majority of them to be martial artists at the intermartial realm or higher. Their eyes were sharp during the drills, and they were all enveloped in a faint aura of evil qi. As for the soldiers in the far corners of the square who had yet to become martial artists, their vitality was incredibly strong, and they were very close to becoming practitioners. Following Lu Yun's line of sight, Bufan said, "Those are the new recruits. If they can survive this beast tide, they can become elite soldiers who are worth 2 or even 3 times their number." Lu Yun did not disagree, but simply sighed. Yes, they are good seedlings, but their innate talent is a bit lacking. Recruits with slightly better innate talent would certainly not be sent to the battlefield without first becoming martial artists. These recruits, although their innate talent was insufficient, had an exceptional quality. Their spirits were filled with fearlessness and bravery. In short, they possessed a resolute will to die. Fearlessness and bravery were essential qualities for becoming elite soldiers. However, even with an unwavering belief in the face of death, it was likely that only 3 to 4 out of 10 would survive. After all, even the weakest demon beasts were equivalent to intermartial realm practitioners. Under such a disparity, it would be considered lucky for 3 out of 10 to survive. The recruits were aware of this, but they still made the choice resolutely. Since they had low innate talent, they could only rely on the battlefield as nourishment, compensating for their lack of talent with blood and combat. As long as they could survive, they would have a chance to break their limits and widen their world. Chapter 104, Chapter 104, Chapter 104, Beast Tide Attack. Chapter 104, Chapter 104, Beast Tide attack arriving at a camp, Lu Yun saw many martial artists in non-soldier attire. Each of these martial artists had great strength, with the weakest ones being at the Meridian Passage realm level, and a few even gave Lu Yun a dangerous feeling. Lu Yun asked, "Those martial artists shouldn't be from the army, should they?" Those are martial artists who have come to support us from various places. Their backgrounds are diverse and complicated. Some are vigilantes from Eastfield County, while others are martial artists from other counties. Thinking of something, Bu Fan said, "Oh, right, 3 of them are fellow students from martial academies like you, but not from Flying Spirit Martial Academy. They are from martial academies in other prefectures, and were traveling here when they encountered the Beast Tide. So they came here. B0XO. Come. Oh, there are also students from other martial academies." Lu Yun was instantly interested. There are 36 prefectures in Ling Province, and each prefecture has its own martial academy. However, up until now, Lu Yun only knew about the Flying Spirit Martial Academy and had no knowledge of other martial academies. I wonder how the strength of the other martial academies compares to the Flying Spirit Martial Academy. Lu Yun's gaze quietly fell on the group of martial artists in front. At the same time, when those martial artists saw Bu Fan leading Lu Yun and Xiao Chen over, they all shifted their gazes over as well. Since Captain Bu Fan personally led the way, regardless of Lu Yun and Xiao Chen's strength, they were worth the attention of all. Passing by the crowd, Bu Fan led Lu Yun and Xiao Chen to a tent. There aren't many tents in the military camp, so you two will have to squeeze together for a while. Lu Yun said, "No problem. General Bu, you can go ahead with your work if you're busy. All right, if you two need anything, just tell the soldiers outside." As he finished speaking, Bu Fan turned around and left, his pace seeming a bit hurried. Glancing around the inside of the tent, aside from the 2 makeshift beds, there was nothing else. It was incredibly simple. Lu Yun couldn't help but laugh. I'm afraid we're the inspectors with the most Spartan living conditions out of all those responsible for the new student assessments. When did you start caring about such things? Xiao Chen asked back. After embracing his light blue sword with one hand and stroking his chin with the other, he said slowly after pondering for a moment, "In such a large county, I don't believe they can't find a single guest room. Instead, they led us to the military camp, probably with an ulterior motive. What motive could he have? We have no grievances, so it's not like he would want to harm us, right? It's not about harming us, but definitely using us." Upon hearing this, Lu Yun's expression grew solemn. He quickly recalled everything since they disembarked from the black boat, and a strange smile gradually appeared on his face, saying, "Such a use, can we even refuse it?" Of course we can't refuse. As citizens of Morijin, it would be natural for them to help Eastfield Prefecture defend against the Beast Tide. Now, they were both students of the Flying Spirit Martial Academy and represented the academy. Helping to defend against the Beast Tide was an obligation and a responsibility. If they chose to stand by and do nothing, it would not only impact the upcoming new student assessments, but also cause damage to the academy's reputation. Killing demon beasts is my duty, but I don't like the feeling of being used. Xiao Chen's tone was calm but cold, and a glint of frost flashed in his eyes. Lu Yun laughed. Perhaps the other party simply finds it inconvenient to manage us here, and it's not considered using. In fact, he didn't believe these words himself. He and Xiao Chun were different from the others. Not only were they Martial Academy students, but they were also examiners responsible for recruiting new students in this area on behalf of Flying Spirit Martial Academy. With such a status, even if they didn't receive the highest level of reception, they should have at least had a standard one instead of being cramped in a military camp tent like the other martial artists. Let's go and check out the martial artists outside and meet those 3 students from the other martial academies. Lu Yun suggested. I have no interest in this, so I won't go. Xiao Chen shook his head, refusing Lu Yun's suggestion. Then he walked to the bed, sat down cross-legged, and began to cultivate. Seeing this, Lu Yun forced a smile, and then lifted the tent curtain to leave. When Lu Yun came out, several gazes from all around converged upon him, trying to probe his background. However, they were repelled by an invisible force, making it impossible for them to tell anything about him. Because of this, the martial artists present became even more curious about Lu Yun. I am Liang Shaowen from the Gray Parasol Martial Arts Academy. May first ask which martial academy or aristocratic family this brother is from. To have nurtured someone like you, it must be extraordinary. One of the young men with a straight posture and holding a silver spear came over and asked with a smile, Gray Parasol Martial Arts Academy, Liang Shaowen? Lu Yun's gaze sharpened as he had sensed a few dangerous auras earlier. The young man in front of him was one of the sources of those dangerous auras. Since Lu Yun felt danger from him, now, it meant that the young man was at the very least at the limit of the true Qi realm's battle strength. Lu Yun smiled faintly. Flying Spirit Martial Arts Academy. Lu Yun. Haha, so it turns out to be Brother Lu. Liang Shaowen sidetracked. With Brother Lu's age and refined true Qi, you must be a level 6 innate talent, heavenly pride of Flying Spirit Martial Arts Academy, right? He faintly sensed a dangerous aura from Lu Yun and thought that Lu Yun must have refined his true Qi at least 7 or 8 times. However, Lu Yun didn't explain, as he didn't come to seek a sense of superiority. His goal was simple, to gauge the other's strength and understand the power of the younger generation in the various prefectures of Ling Province. Of course, Lu Yun was willing to chat freely as long as it didn't involve his own strength and background. Brother Lu, I am Zhang Kuang from White Cloud Martial Arts Academy. A tall and burly young man, with shining eyes, walked over with a big knife on his back. Lu Yun responded with a fist bump. Ha! 1 A.M. Lu Wuhan from Green Mountain Martial Arts Academy. Nice to meet you 3. Lu Wuhan was dressed in white, with a long sword at his waist, a folding fan in his hand, and a charming demeanor of a young nobleman. The 4 of them stood together, surrounded by other martial artists, standing out like a crane among chickens. T.I., we 4 come from different martial academies, which can be considered a kind of fate. Why not have a friendly exchange through martial arts? Zhang Kuang suddenly suggested. Lu Wuhan closed his folding fan and said gracefully, Brother Zhang is right. Our chance meeting is quite fateful, but using martial arts to make friends might be a bit hurtful. Why not use a literary exchange instead? Upon hearing this, Lu Yun and Liang Shaowen both looked stunned simultaneously. These 2 must have had big hearts. What time was it now? The beast tide was approaching, with everyone busy preparing for battle, while they still wanted to exchange martial art experiences. In the end, Lu Yun suggested, why don't we find a place to discuss and share our cultivation experiences? Lu Yun's proposal was immediately approved by Liang Shaowen. Yes, Brother Lu's suggestion is great. We have all refined our true Qi at least 7 or 8 times, and we are not far from breaking through the transforming origin realm. Exchanging ideas with one another will certainly be very beneficial. Lu Wuhan and Zhang Kuang also happily agreed. The reason they came out to practice was to seek the opportunity to complete the 9th or even the 10th refinement of true Qi, so they naturally wouldn't let this excellent chance pass by. They went to a tent, which served as the resting place for Lu Wuhan, Zhang Kuang, and Liang Shaowen. The 4 of them sat in separate corners. Then 111 take the lead in throwing out the first question. Liang Shaowen looked at the other 3 and started speaking. I have already completed the true Chi-9 refinements, and I have no expectations for the legendary 10th refinement. However, one want to attempt to understand the martial arts conception shortly before breaking through the transforming origin realm. Liang Shaowen expressed his doubts and difficulties in comprehending martial arts conception one by one. Unfortunately, of the few present, except for Lu Yun, none had comprehended the conception and couldn't offer any help. They could only provide some ideas for Liang Shaowen based on their understanding. To comprehend the martial arts conception, in addition to combining martial arts or innate talent, you also need powerful spiritual power. I think Brother Liang can focus on improving his spiritual power. Lu Yun had a deep understanding of martial arts conception, not only because of his panel, but also because he had spent months in the book collection pavilion. Lu Wuhan and Zhang Kuang mainly asked about how to complete the true Chi-9 refinements. On this aspect, Liang Shaowen was more experienced and gave some guidance. Lu Wuhan and Zhang Kuang both gained something from it. Of course, it was unknown whether Liang Shaowen had kept any secrets. When it came to Lu Yun's turn, he didn't ask about any martial arts-related puzzles or questions, nor did he need to. Whether it was the refinement of aggressive aura or the improvement of conception, Lu Yun could say that he was the furthest along among the four. Thus, he changed the topic to focus on the martial academies and fellow disciples. That was his real goal. With that, the others began to talk openly. In Liang Shaowen's Gray Parasol Martial Arts Academy, there were nearly 1,000 transforming Origin Realm disciples and nearly 100 Origin Fluid Realm disciples. There were even Gold Body Realm phenomenal disciples. After hearing Liang Shaowen, Lu Yun said in astonishment, "There are Gold Body Realm disciples in the Martial Academy." "Yes," Liang Shaowen nodded and explained, "all the martial academies in Ling Province are similar, with at least one or two Gold Body Realm disciples. As for Qing Province, Wu Province, and Central Province, there are even more Gold Body Realm disciples in the martial academies." Lu Yun nodded slightly. Since all the martial academies in Ling Province were so powerful, it was natural for the martial academies in Qing Province, Wu Province, and Central Province to have even more Gold Body Realm disciples. Qing Province, Wu Province, and Central Province had a long history of martial arts and a much larger population than Ling Province. Lu Yun suppressed the waves in his heart and asked, "Do those Origin Fluid Realm and Gold Body Realm disciples always stay in the Martial Academy to cultivate?" "Of course not." Lu Wuhan took over the conversation. "Most of the Origin Fluid Realm disciples and Gold Body Realm phenomenal disciples are not in the martial academies. They either work for court institutions like the Sky Patrol Office or go to the front lines to fight against the demon beasts, expanding the territory for Morijin. Brother Lu is quite conservative. Very few Origin Fluid Realm disciples stay in the martial academy. In fact, some disciples start going out for training or fighting against the demon beasts at the front lines after reaching the transforming Origin Realm. Hundreds of years ago, Ling Province was a savage land, a paradise for demon beasts. Now, just in Spirit Martial Prefecture, there are tens of millions of people. Achieving this result is not only due to the presence of a large army, but also because countless Martial Academy disciples continue to join the ranks. Nowadays, most of the strong fighters in the military are Martial Academy disciples. The four of them talked late into the night, and when Lu Yun felt it was about time, he excused himself and left. When he returned, he saw that Xiao Chun was still cultivating, so Lu Yun didn't disturb him. Instead, he found a seat and sat down with the information he had gathered from Lu Wuhan and the others still fresh in his mind. Although Morijin had internal problems with sects and factions, they still continued their external conquests. Endless mountain range, 100,000 mountains, vast wasteland. These were all targets for Meridian's conquest. Roar. Suddenly, a series of huge roars erupted, sounding like thunder in the sky, causing people to wince in pain from the noise. Chapter 105, Chapter 105, Chapter 105, 6th Rank Demon Beasts. Chapter 105, Chapter 105, 6th Rank Demon Beasts Boom. The ground started to shake violently, and the entire barracks, even the entire Eastfield giant city, trembled, quickly enveloped by a ferocious and violent aura. The beast tide had arrived. Lu Yun sprang to his feet, his eyes flashing, as he felt his blood trembling. In his mind, the only petal on the blood-red lotus platform was also trembling, as if craving something. B0XO. Combattle, slaughter, blood. It seemed like all of it, yet none of it at the same time. He waved his hand, and the white-scale purple-gold knife flew into it. He turned to look at Xiao Chun, chuckling, "The battle is about to begin. Are you ready?" Xiao Chen's star-shaped eyes suddenly widened, as if sword chi burst forth from his pupils, dazzling and intimidating. He picked up the light blue sword, his eyes shifting as he said indifferently, "In this battle, the sky will be dyed with blood." Even without the sword drawn, the sword chi sword. Seeing this, Lu Yun's gaze sharpened, involuntarily tightening his grip on the white-scale purple-gold knife. Whoosh, whoosh. The white-scale purple-gold knife trembled with excitement. "Let's go." The two walked out of the tent. Zoom, zoom. Liang Shaowen with his tall, straight body and silver spear, Lu Wuhan with a sword on his waist and a folding fan in hand, Zhang Kuang with a long knife on his shoulder, and the other martial artists also emerged from their tents, nodding to each other with serious expressions. For most people, this might be their first time facing a beast tide, and they couldn't help but feel anxious. In contrast, the soldiers in the camp quickly formed an orderly formation after rushing out of their tents. The beast tide has reached the bottom of Eastfield City. Generals, soldiers, and the people of Morijin, follow me to meet the enemy. A grand and resounding voice echoed through the heavens, reverberating throughout the entire Eastfield giant city. Lu Yun and the others looked for the source of the voice and saw a figure in green armor standing in the void in the sky. In the dark night sky, he was like a shining sun, radiant and powerful, his terrifying aura palpable even from far away. A golden body realm expert. Seeing the imposing figure, many martial artists exclaimed at the same time. Breaking free of the mortal body, having an invincible gold body, and a physical strength like the sun, signified the golden body realm. Since only one golden body realm expert has arrived, that means this is an ordinary beast tide. Liang Shaowen's eyes sparkled, and he seemed excited. "What are we waiting for? Let's go slay the demons." Zhang Kuang roared, hoisting his large blade and following the army towards the city wall. "Good, let's slay the demons together." Lu Wuhan snapped his folding fan shut, his spirits high as he charged forward. The other martial artists followed suit, brandishing their weapons and rushing forward with great momentum. Seeing the heroism and killing intent in their comrades, Lu Yun felt a surge of emotion in his heart. This was a united front against a common enemy, viewing the demon beasts as their adversaries, enabling them to stand together with one heart. At this moment, Eastfield City was covered by a ferocious and violent atmosphere, but there was no sign of panic, only orderliness. Being able to achieve this meant that Eastfield City had experienced numerous beast tides and had persevered through them all. Soon, Lu Yun and the other martial artists joined a platoon of soldiers atop the city wall. Powerful heavy crossbows had already been set up on the city walls. Each heavy crossbow was manned by a team of 20 soldiers. On the entire city wall, there were nearly 200 heavy crossbows set up. Seeing the overwhelming power of these heavy crossbows, many martial artists couldn't help but gasp. Even Lu Yun, with his current strength, could feel a hint of danger. Could it be the Breaking God crossbow? Muttered Lu Yun. Breaking God crossbows could fire 5 arrows at once. Their destructive power was so terrifying that even a transforming origin realm martial artist couldn't withstand a single shot. Outside the city, 50,000 soldiers stood ready on both wings, poised for the first strike as soon as the demon beasts approached. Looking ahead, a vast expanse of dark silhouettes could be seen in the distance, kicking up billowing clouds of dust in their wake. As time passed, the rumbling grew increasingly horrifying, and even the majestic and sturdy city walls began to shake. Hiss! When they saw the demon beasts sweeping towards them in the distance, everyone couldn't help but gasp. Several miles away, countless demon beasts rushed forward, their powerful demon energy gradually spreading out. What shocked Lu Yun and the others was that within the demon beasts' army, there were quite a few able to fly through the sky. Every one of them exuded towering demon energy, and their ferocious, violent aura swept in from over a dozen miles away. There must be at least 1,000,000 demon beasts. Lu Yun uttered, unable to suppress the shock in his heart at the sight of so many demon beasts. This was just an ordinary beast tide, yet it was so terrifying. How much more dreadful would the advanced rated terror tide, disaster tide, or even nightmare tides be? At this thought, Lu Yun couldn't help but feel deep admiration for the first-generation primordial emperor. 800 years ago, he single-handedly united various powers, swept away the demon beasts of the 9 provinces, and continuously drove the demon beasts towards the 100,000 mountains and the endless wilderness. What great achievements he had accomplished! Boom! Offering an awe-inspiring aura. The golden body, realm expert in the sky, strode through the air, standing still above the city wall. He gestured, and a silver-curved bow appeared in his hand. He exerted force with his arms, drawing the bow like a full moon. With a whoosh, a true origin arrow shot out, tearing through the darkness, shaking the heavens. In that instant, none of the soldiers, martial artists, or demon beasts could react. Chapter 106, Chapter 106, Chapter 105, 6th Rank Demon Beasts, _2, Chapter 106, Chapter 105, 6th Rank Demon Beasts, _2, there was a mournful cry as one of the demon beasts that could fly through the sky was shot and killed on the spot. Its blood spurted out as its massive body fell from the sky. The entire army, charge! A warrior from the golden body realm coldly ordered as his forces, already lined up on the left and right outside the city, initiated their charge. Kill! The cry to kill vibrated across the landscape, resounding through the heavens, as if tearing bedtime asunder. B0XO. Come, arrows away! The commander in charge of maintaining the Breaking God crossbows instructed at the same time. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Over 200 Breaking God crossbows were fired at once. Arrows thick as pillars flew out, instantly crossing over the city walls, passing over the heads of the soldiers, and raining down on the demon beast army like a deluge. For a moment, countless bodies of demon beasts were skewered, with blood splattering out in a horrific scene. However, given the massive quantity of beasts, this hardly made a dent in their numbers. On the contrary, the sight of their comrades' blood only incited the demon beasts' ferocity even more. With vicious expressions on their faces, they charged towards East Field Giant City like a giant flood. Simultaneously, armies on the left and right wings killed their way in, clashing like colossal torrents in a valley, and instantly causing great sprays of water to rise. Watching this scene from afar, feeling the battlefield filled with a murderous aura, a red light shone in Lu Yun's eyes, and a killing intent exuded from his body, astonishing those around him who rapidly focused their gaze on him. Junior brother Lu, your killing intent is really terrifying. Not even those who have been through more than a dozen big and small battles can necessarily withstand it. At this moment, Wang Yuhao walked over leading a group of soldiers. Coming with him was the intimidating Bu Fan. Feeling the killing intent diffusing from Lu Yun's body, an unusual glint flashed in his eyes. "Commander Wang, if we don't charge at them now, when will we?" Zhang Kuang mumbled a few words on the side. Wang Yuhao shook his head and explained, "We are the last line of defense, specifically tasked with killing those demon beasts that charge out. What we need to do now is conserve strength and await our opportunity." Hearing this, Zhang Kuang had to repress his impatience and sheath the large sword he had already pulled out. Following this, Wang Yuhao turned to everyone and said loudly, "Everyone, there are hundreds of thousands of civilians behind us, most of whom are defenseless. Even a slight carelessness, allowing one or two demon beasts to charge in, could lead to a massive disaster. In order to prevent such a disaster from happening, to prevent loss of life and property of the people, we must be on high alert, act cautiously, and strive to slay all the demon beasts beneath the city wall." Hearing this, the martial artists all nodded gravely, then turned their gazes towards the battlefield where the fierce collision was ongoing. Lu Yun was very excited, eager to charge into the demon beast army and wreak havoc, but reason told him that if he were to really do so, he would die, and his death would be a pitiful sight. These demon beasts were entirely unlike those demon beasts in the myriad phenomena tower of the Martial Academy. Whether it was in terms of quantity or power, there were hundreds of thousands of demon beasts in total. With such a terrifying scale, even those in the Golden Body realm or even the Rune Seed realm would not dare to confront them alone. Furthermore, among this massive array of demon beasts, 4th rank and 5th rank beasts were a dime a dozen. Any one of them was not something he could contend with. Suppressing the killing intent in his heart forcefully, Lu Yun cast his gaze towards the distant battlefield. He was able to see the area within 10 miles quite clearly with his vision. Among the bloody battlefield, full of pits and grooves, corpses were littered everywhere. There were the massive remains of demon beasts and the bodies of Morrigan soldiers. At that moment, they were lying broken across the ground. A faint scent of blood emanated, slowly wafting up. Under the gentle fluttering of the wind, it soon enveloped an area of tens of miles in radius. Even the entirety of Eastfield City was wrapped in this bloody scent. Lu Yun's gaze landed in the middle of the battlefield, where a wrecked body lay. It was a human body, even though it was dead, with the battle armor shattered. The aura that still rose from it carried a terrifying pressure. Clearly, this was a formidable martial artist, a minimum of origin fluid realm strength. Unfortunately, he had already lost his life in the battle. It was clear to Lu Yun that such a powerful martial artist had fallen straight away after just one clash. Standing before the broken corpse was a demon beast. It was a demon beast with the head of a bull and a human body, black pupils, an immense figure, and a ferocious aura emanating from it like a storm. The surrounding Morrigan soldiers were all paralyzed and fell to the ground because of its terrifying aura. Those who knew a bit about demon beasts would be aware that once a demon beast reaches the 6th rank, just like when a human golden body realm warrior sheds off his muddy body and switches to an invincible golden body, the demon beast begins to transform. However, due to the physical characteristics of a demon beast, they can't fully transform and can only possess a partial human form. This bull-headed and human-bodied demon beast was a 6th rank beast. Just after a single clash, a human warrior from the origin fluid realm had fallen. Too terrifying. Lu Yun's whole body was shaking, and at the same time, the light of his white-scale purple gold knife was constantly quivering. "What's wrong with you?" Xiao Chun, who was standing nearby, detected Lu Yun's unusual behavior. He patted his shoulder, a hint of puzzlement in his eyes. He didn't possess Lu Yun's exceptional vision, and was looking in the direction of the black-pupiled demon bull. Hence, he didn't know what had happened. "Beast, prepare to die." An angry roar resounded from the sky. Instantly, the previously calm golden body realm warrior, standing in the void, erupted with a terrifying aura. Holding a golden spear, he stepped through the air and went to kill the black-pupiled demon bull. Chapter 107, Chapter 107, Chapter 105, 6th Rank Demon Beasts, _3, Chapter 107, Chapter 105, 6th Rank Demon Beasts, _3. This scene instantly attracted everyone's attention. What on earth happened to cause such fury in this powerful golden body, realm warrior? People's faces were filled with confusion. 6th rank demon beasts are too terrifying. With just one move, the origin fluid realm martial artists who were originally slaughtering the enemy fell in an instant, Lu Yun whispered. Hearing this, Xiao Chen's eyes narrowed as he followed Lu Yun's gaze. B0XO. Calm in the sky, the golden-bodied realm warrior thrust out with his spear. That thrust was like a stream of light, with a thunderous roar and utmost speed. Before the spear light even arrived, the intense pressure had already caused the ground to crack, and many low-level demon beasts fell to their knees, their bodies shattering. A human golden body realm warrior. The black-pupiled demon bull's figure soared into the air, leaving a huge crater behind. Its fist, like a giant hammer, advanced to meet the falling spear light from the sky. The collision between the 6th rank demon beast and the golden body realm warrior caused terrifying fluctuations. The chaotic and violent energy swept in all directions, frightening all the demon beasts and Morijin soldiers to scatter in all directions. Boom! Finally, the demon pupil demonic bull was crushed, and its massive body smashed into the ground, creating a huge deep pit. Those demon beasts and soldiers who hadn't managed to escape in time were all sent flying. Beast die? The golden body realm warrior took advantage of his successful strike to pursue. First, a cold glint arrived, followed by a dragon-like spear thrust. Countless spear shadows fell relentlessly like heavy rain. Demon beasts within several dozen feet were struck by the terrifying spear rain, becoming riddled with holes, their bodies split apart. Roar! A terrifying sound echoed as a demonic bull, with a size of over 40 feet, jumped out of the huge pit. The countless spear shadows struck its body, sparking flashes of light, but causing no harm to it. With the spear lights fading, the demonic bull's true appearance appeared before the crowd. It had 2 horns on its head, pitch-black pupils, and its body covered in black scales like a black armor. Rich demon energy permeated its entire body like dark clouds, creating an overwhelming sense of despair and the impossibility of triumph from a distance. The massive demonic bull's body leaped into the air, charging at the golden body realm warrior. Get out of my way! With a thunderous roar, a sky full of golden light erupted, and the silver spear that emitted endless spear lights turned from stabbing to chopping under the empowerment of true origin. It fell like a supporting pillar across the heavens, striking the black-pupiled demon bull's head directly. Despite the demon beast's sturdy body, this spear strike managed to break one of its horns. Awoo! The black-pupiled demon bull grew even angrier, its black pupils almost spitting fire. Its massive hoof stomped heavily, and the gigantic body leaped forward once more. Having learned its lesson, the black-pupiled demon bull no longer underestimated its opponent, preventing it from being sent flying again. However, this golden body realm warrior's strength was far beyond that of his peers, completely suppressing the 6th rank black-pupiled demon bull. Both sides fought fiercely, and in a short while, A vast battlefield had been cleared, with no other demon beasts or Morrigan soldiers daring to approach. Coming closer could only result in one outcome: being crushed to death by the overwhelming demon energy and true origin. Follow me, let's kill these Morrigan soldiers and break through this city. A huge demonic ape spoke human language. Being able to speak human language was a sign of a fifth-rank demon beast, without a doubt. Under the leadership of this fifth-rank demonic ape, numerous demon beasts charged forward. Awua! A monohorn wild boar, nearly 25 feet tall and 40 feet long, knocked away more than a dozen Morrigan soldiers with its charge, bellowing to the heavens. My little ones, follow me and storm the human city, drink their blood. Awua! Behind it, almost 10,000 monohorn wild boars with their sharp horns and fierce tusks charged ferociously. Among the waves of beasts, there were not only these fifth-rank demon beasts. There were also flaming frenzied lions that could breathe fire, melted gold rats that could burrow through the earth, and green-scaled giant eagles that could fly in the sky, and many more. There were even more fourth-rank demon beasts, at least several hundred of them. An assistant general, wearing black armor, slashed out with his saber, unleashing a blade light more than a dozen feet long, killing dozens of demon beasts who failed to dodge in time. Make sure to block all the demon beasts. In the Morrigan army system, a squad leader commanded 10 people, a captain commanded 100 people, a commander commanded 1,000 people, and an assistant general commanded 10,000 people. This black-armored general was none other than Su Wuxing, the assistant general commanding 10,000 men. He had a cold face, leading from the front, fighting amidst the demon beasts. His moves were swift, his saber technique ruthless, and third and fourth rank demon beasts continuously fell at his feet. Kill. In another direction, another armored assistant general was also wreaking havoc. Each assistant general was at least an Origin Fluid Realm powerhouse, and they could easily kill third and fourth rank demon beasts. However, he was soon entangled by a fifth rank demon beast. Similar scenes occurred in every corner of the battlefield. The demon beast army had more numbers than the Morrigan soldiers, and soon enough some demon beasts had broken through the defensive line, rushing towards Eastfield Giant City. They are finally here. Seeing the group of demon beasts enveloped in skyward demon energy approaching, Lu Yun's eyes flickered. Chapter 108, Chapter 108, Chapter 106, A Fierce Battle, Chapter 108, Chapter 106, A Fierce Battle Boom. Not far away, the ground shook as countless demon beasts broke through the army's interception and roared towards Eastfield Giant City. The demonic energy in the sky pressed down like oppressive black clouds, casting a shadow over the hearts of the people waiting nervously on the city walls. Prepare the Breaking God crossbow. At the commander's order, the already loaded Breaking God crossbows fired simultaneously. Thousands of thick and powerful crossbow bolts shot out, unleashing their terrifying force. The first wave of demon beasts leading the charge was directly pierced by the crossbow bolts, with many more collapsing behind them. B0XO, come screech! A loud cry resounded, and a huge green-scaled giant eagle appeared in everyone's eyes, spreading its wings. Its massive body was like a small mountain, howling out a fierce gust of wind as it flew towards the city wall. Fire! The Breaking God crossbows shot out simultaneously, but the thick and powerful bolts that fell on the eagle only burst into sparks, causing no damage whatsoever. Its only effect was to momentarily delay the approaching monster. Although the attack didn't cause any damage, it made the eagle experience intense pain. Screech! The green-scaled giant eagle roared in fury, its wings flapping as feathers shot out, turning into sharp arrows that flew towards the people on the city wall. Danger! Lu Yun and Xiao Chen's hair stood on end as they sensed the terrifying crisis from the rapidly approaching feathers. They all hurriedly gathered their true chi to confront the imminent danger. "Wretched beast, your opponent is me." Unbeknownst to them, an assistant general clad in black armor flew out from the city wall. He had a strong build and a powerful aura, wielding a spear in one hand and a shield in the other. Just as the green-scaled giant eagle's attack was about to land, the shield, infused with the assistant general's true origin, emitted a dazzling radiance. A massive barrier of light formed and continued to expand. The powerful onslaught of feathers hit the barrier, producing a cracking sound. The attack, which posed a great threat to Lu Yun and the others, was easily neutralized. The black-armored assistant general then put away his shield, brandishing his long spear and charging towards the green-scaled giant eagle in the sky. "All soldiers, follow me in slaying the demons." Another black-armored assistant general leaped out, his body enveloped in powerful true origin fluctuations. Jumping off the city wall, he swung his blade, unleashing an ocean of sword chi that brought down a horde of demon beasts. "Slay the demons!" The city gate opened, and the prepared army within the city charged out. Their battle cries filled the air and shook the city walls. "Brother Lu, let's slay the demons together and see who can kill the most." Zhang Quan laughed as he suddenly jumped off the city wall and drew his blade to slay the demon beasts. Lu Yun didn't respond. He glanced at Xiao Chen beside him and noticed that he now seemed like a sharp sword about to be unsheathed. The fierce radiance emanating from him was blinding. "We shall compete as well," Xiao Chen said indifferently before leaping into action. At the same time, the heavenly rainbow sword was instantly unsheathed. The astonishing sword radiance burst forth, like thunderbolts exploding, piercing through the head of a third-ranked demon beast. "The first beast," Xiao Chen shouted, his body flickering, leaving a doppelganger behind. When he reappeared, the heavenly rainbow sword had penetrated the heart of another demon beast. What a fast sword and powerful penetration. What a terrifying power. This guy must have comprehended sword intent, thought Lu Yun. Others might not know about Xiao Chen, but Lu Yun was very familiar with his background. At this point, Xiao Chen had only refined his true chi 3 or 4 times. Yet his power was no less than that of martial artists at the limit of the true chi realm. He could only possess such strength if he had indeed comprehended sword intent, which would have greatly amplified his power. The third beast. As Lu Yun hesitated, Xiao Chen's voice came from afar once more. "Ha ha ha, interesting." Lu Yun chuckled lightly as he charged down the city wall towards the approaching demon beasts. He wasn't interested in Zhang Quang's proposal, but Xiao Chen was another matter altogether. He wanted to see for himself the extent of his partner's swordsmanship. Using the Gale Thunder Flash step, Lu Yun surpassed the army in an instant, entering the fray against the oncoming horde of demon beasts. The white-scale purple gold knife was unsheathed, releasing an awe-inspiring aura. At the same time, the pure yang aura within his dantian swirled like the sun, frenziedly converging towards the blade. In a blink of an eye, the white-scale purple gold knife was surrounded by aggressive aura, and the dazzling radiance of the blade began to bloom. An all-encompassing strike. The overwhelming blade radiance slashed horizontally across the battlefield. Boom! The powerful strike resembled a surging wave, tearing through the demon beast army, leaving nothing in its wake. One after another, the demon beasts were sliced apart by the terrifying blade radiance. Heads, limbs, necks, torsos, and eyes were severed, bodies split apart, and a rain of blood and flesh flew through the air. With just one swing, at least 20 or 30 demon beasts were killed. Among them were 2 third-rank demon beasts. Hiss! How powerful! Seeing this scene, the faces of the numerous martial artists and soldiers were filled with awe. The power displayed by Lu Yun was immense. One strike had yielded such great results. Lu Yun, is this your true strength? No wonder you make me feel so threatened, muttered Liang Shaoan. He then charged forward, sweeping his long spear, unleashing vast true qi and spear radiance. Numerous demon beasts were sent flying, with 1/3 rank demon beast killed on the spot. All of you are using your trump cards. I can't afford to hold back any longer. Lu Wuhan threw his folding fan as it pierced through 7 or 8 demon beasts. Then he unsheathed the sword around his waist, and an enormous amount of sword qi erupted, with its sharp and fierce sword radiance. It was as if he could sweep away an entire herd of beasts with a single swing. Chapter 109, Chapter 109, Chapter 106, A Fierce Battle _2, Chapter 109, Chapter 106, A Fierce Battle _2. No wonder they are the top geniuses from the Martial Academy. They are so young, yet possess such strength. They probably aren't much weaker than martial artists in the transforming origin realm. Some commanders admired the suddenly unleashed strength of Lu Yun and the others in their hearts. Most commanders were from the ranks, and the transforming origin realm might be their limit. Without relying on killings on the battlefield, they wouldn't be able to reach this level. They both envied and admired the prodigies of the Martial Academy. With a single slash, Lu Yun instantly executed the great accomplishment of Gale Thunder Flash Step to move away. The purpose of doing so was simple, to avoid being targeted by powerful demon beasts. B0XO. Calm like him, if he were to dominate the demon beasts, it would certainly attract the attention of 4th rank and 5th rank demon beasts. The stronger the demon beast, the higher its intelligence. 5th rank demon beasts were not inferior to human martial artists in intelligence and could even command and lead other demon beasts. Lu Yun, who was well aware of this, naturally wouldn't make such a low-level mistake. Having moved to a new location, Lu Yun swung another slash. The scorching saber light was like a boundless ocean, sweeping away a 3rd rank late-stage demon beast. In an instant, the demon beast was split in half, its remains crashing to the ground. Is he really that strong? Zhang Kuang, who was not far from this location, had an entirely shocked expression. To kill this 3rd rank late-stage demon beast, it would take him at least a dozen moves. He didn't expect it to be unable to withstand even a single slash from Lu Yun. I can't believe I was competing with him to see who can kill more. Zhang Kuang was filled with embarrassment at the thought of this. If he knew that Lu Yun had only completed the 3 refinements of aggressive aura, his embarrassment would have been even worse. He might have even dug a hole on the spot to bury his face. He simply couldn't bear such a disgrace. Lu Yun noticed Zhang Kuang, but just nodded slightly before slashing again. Massacre in all directions. This was the second move of the 7-kill saber technique. An ethereal slash erupted, not only producing a powerful saber light, but also a terrifying killing intent. The terrifying killing intent enveloped everything within dozens of yards, and then the vast and boundless saber energy swept across. Ayu! A series of miserable howls echoed. After achieving success in a single slash, Lu Yun immediately used the Gale Thunder Flash Step, disappearing from the spot. Witnessing the mass of fallen demon beasts, all the soldiers from Morijin were shocked. That slash was so terrifying. Could it really have been unleashed by someone in the true Qi realm? Zhang Kuang was also dumbfounded, his embarrassment growing stronger. Ah! With a mad roar, Zhang Kuang went completely insane, swinging his giant saber and rushing towards a 3rd rank demon beast. Clearly, he was once again stimulated by Lu Yun's slash. With a single slash, a 3rd rank demon beast was killed on the spot. At the same time, the surrounding low-level demon beasts could not escape either. Woo! A fourth-rank demon beast discovered the carnage and immediately charged over. The Gale demonic wolf sprinted at full speed, its speed as fast as the wind, its whole body like steel, with a terrifying defense. Add to this its sharp fangs and claws, and its attack was dreadful. Several Enter Martial Realm soldiers failed to react in time and were instantly torn to pieces by the wolf. Immediately after, it glared at both the fallen demon beasts and the crazed Zhang Kuang, its eyes flickering. With a swoosh, it charged right in front of Zhang Kuang, its powerful and sharp claws attacking him. Zhang Kuang only reacted after it was too late, and he was overwhelmed with terror. Why was he targeted by a fourth-rank demon beast? Without time to think, he mobilized his true chi to form a defensive layer around his body while gripping his saber tightly in both hands, blocking the attack. Clang! As expected, Zhang Kuang was no match for the fourth-rank demon beast. With a splash, he was blasted away, leaving a long mark on the ground. Run! Without any hesitation, Zhang Kuang didn't even dare to check his injuries and fled immediately. Although his strength was strong, and he could even resist an ordinary martial artist in the transforming origin realm, he could only resist, not to mention that the fourth-rank Gale demonic wolf was far more powerful than cultivators in the transforming origin realm. As he fled, he noticed that the Gale demonic wolf was chasing him relentlessly, as if it would not rest until it had killed him. How could it be targeting me? It doesn't make sense. Zhang Kuang was extremely frustrated. Could it be? As if he realized something, Zhang Kuang's face flushed, and he felt aggrieved. He now understood why he was being targeted. Previously, Lu Yun had unleashed the second move of the 7-kill saber technique, massacre in all directions. Almost 100 demon beasts were killed, including several third-rank mid- and late-stage beasts, which immediately caught the attention of the Gale demonic wolf. When it rushed over, it saw the corpses everywhere and Zhang Kuang wantonly slaughtering. As a result, Zhang Kuang became the scapegoat, completely targeted by the Gale demonic wolf. Understanding the cause of events, Zhang Kuang only felt like crying helplessly. What the hell is happening? With a mental scream, Zhang Kuang increased his speed to run for his life. As expected of Martial Academy disciples, they had numerous means to preserve their lives, and for a moment, the speed-specialized Gale demonic wolf could not catch up. Meanwhile, Lu Yun discovered that the more demon beasts he killed, the more powerful the bloody lotus platform's aura in his sea of consciousness became, as if something was brewing. Upon noticing this, Lu Yun split his attention to check his panel. Seeing the progress of his slaughter conception on the panel, his heart was greatly surprised. Unexpectedly, the progress of slaughter conception had increased to first rank 11%. It had increased by an entire percentage point, equivalent to 50 points of energy. Slaughter. Is this the way to improve slaughter conception? With the crimson in Lu Yun's eyes becoming more intense, the killing intent emanating from his body was even more dense. Kill. With a sweep of his saber, Lu Yun slashed horizontally. With a thud, the white-scale purple gold knife severed the head of a third-rank demonic wolf. Thanks to the saber energy, not a drop of blood stained the blade, stopping the killing with killings, being nourished by the killings to grow stronger. He became stronger as he fought. Understanding the true meaning of the slaughter conception, Lu Yun's actions became faster and faster, and more demonic beasts died under his knife. Kill. Whether it was second-rank demonic beasts or third-rank demonic beasts, as long as Lu Yun saw them, he would swing his blade. 1, 2, 3. Gradually, Lu Yun forgot how many knives he had swung or how many demonic beasts he had killed, but he always kept a strand of attention on his panel. Seeing the slow increase of the slaughter conception, Lu Yun's heart was stirred. Slaughter conception increased to first rank 12%. Slaughter conception increased to first rank 13%. Slaughter conception increased to first rank 15%. As the darkness receded and dawn arrived, the slaughter conception had astonishingly reached first rank 15%. At the same time, the number of demonic beasts below Eastfield Giant City was rapidly dwindling. The human side had also suffered greatly, with many soldiers' corpses lying sprawled across the ground, tightly pressed against the remains of the demonic beasts. Several soldiers' corpses were tightly pressed against the demonic beasts' remains, and upon closer inspection, the soldiers' weapons had pierced the heart of the demonic beasts, while the beasts' claws had penetrated the soldiers' abdomens. On the other side, 3 soldiers were covered in wounds, but they had not fallen yet, fighting against a single demonic beast together. It was a second-rank demonic beast that only the Meridian Passage realm veterans and squad leaders could handle. As expected, after several charges by the second-rank demonic beast, the already heavily wounded soldiers all fell to their doom. Seeing such a tragic sight, Lu Yun's brows furrowed, and he swept the white-scale purple gold knife, unleashing a burst of saber energy, causing the surrounding demonic beasts to be reduced to tatters. With his amazing perception and extraordinary vision, Lu Yun's gaze was cast towards the sky in the distance. There, a man and a beast were engaged in a fierce battle. It was still the 6th-rank black-pupiled demon bull, which was clearly no match for the Golden Body Realm expert, as it was covered in wounds. However, considering its still lively state and the lack of any fatal injuries, the terrifying demon energy it emitted was like dark clouds surrounding it, and each of its hooves was like a stone pillar, producing a rumble with every step it took. Every collision between the two sides produced an afterforce that could be felt as an immense threat even several miles away. 11 Is this the true power of a Golden Body realm martial artist and a 6th-rank demonic beast? Lu Yun's crimson eyes flashed with an unusual light. Humans, wait for me to rest, and then I will fight you again. Feeling that both sides had fought enough, the black-pupiled demon bull withdrew. At the same time, countless demonic beasts retreated like a tide. The Golden Body realm expert did not chase after them, and the large army did not pursue either. Screech, the green-scaled giant eagle, soared away, with a beat of its wings. The other demonic beasts were not so lucky. As the main force of the demonic beasts' army retreated, there was no power to stop them. However, the vanguard of these demonic beasts that had broken through the army's line of defense and arrived at the city walls were different. Now that they were surrounded, they naturally could not be allowed to retreat. Demon slaying! Avenge them! Armies attacked from all sides. Before long, there was not a single demonic beast left standing. Chapter 110, Chapter 110, Chapter 107, The Jade-Eyed Demon Monkey, Chapter 110, Chapter 107, The Jade-Eyed Demon Monkey gazing into the distance. The land beyond the city walls was a ghastly sight suffused with horrific wounds of war, ruthless scattering of mutilated corpses, and ceaseless streams of blood resembling unending brooks. Injured soldiers, helping each other, slowly made their way towards the city. Some had lost their legs, others their arms, all missing a part or two of their bodies, yet their eyes showed no sign of despair. Only hope and joy from repelling the demon beast horde could be seen. Surviving amidst the demon horde was, after all, a stroke of luck. B0XO. Calm those who didn't make it had mostly left dismembered corpses, and even some were nowhere to be found, having made their way into the bellies of the demon beasts. Fending off the demon horde and surviving once again was, to them, the greatest joy. Lu Yun quietly observed this scene in silence. Had seen such scenes in his memories more than once, some even more brutal. However, memories remained as memories, and no matter how striking, they couldn't surpass the impact of personally witnessed events. Cough, cough. Suddenly, a violent coughing sound interrupted Lu Yun's thoughts. Turning around, he saw Liang Shaoan supporting Zhang Kuang, walking towards him. Liang Shaoan's gaze was firm, his spirit exuberant. Even after a fierce battle, not only was he unscathed, but his aura became even more intimidating and outstanding. However, the state of Zhang Kuang seemed rather pitiful, with injuries all over his abdomen, right shoulder, and back. Even after having been somewhat attended to, one could still perceive their severity. The ominous aura of the demon's energy was indubitably lingering over them. Without Liang Shaoan's assistance, walking would have probably become arduous for him. Nevertheless, Lu Yun noticed a strange look in Zhang Kuang's eyes when they met his. It was complicated. Shock and admiration were present, as well as some hint of blame. Even though perplexed, Lu Yun didn't ponder on it too much, simply asking, "What got you into such a mess?" Given that Zhang Kuang had the strength of 8th refining level of true qi, even if not as strong as Liang Shaoan, the difference wouldn't be much. Furthermore, his strong suit from the martial academy would have prevented this gruesome state if he had been the slightest bit careful. Wasn't it because I had killed excessively and was targeted by a 4th-rank demon beast? Zhang Kuang composed himself, sighing. Of course, he wouldn't share his embarrassing moments. Keeping such humiliating things to himself was enough. If the others found out, he would most likely lose face. Just a mere 4th-rank demon beast reduced you to this sorry state. Quite unbelievable indeed. At this point, Lu Wuhen, the traceless, came out of nowhere, still wielding his folded fan, and with a flamboyant appearance, striking a stark contrast to the others. At his words, Zhang Kuang blushed in humiliation, and being a wild-hearted person, addition to his shaky self-esteem, Lu Yuan's words nearly resulted in his facade slipping away. Luckily, Zhang Kuang was quick to regain his composure, saying, "One have no clue what those demon beasts were thinking. They kept targeting me exclusively. It would chase me wherever I ran. If it had not been for the intervention from Commander Wang, you probably wouldn't have seen me standing here in such good shape." Hearing about Commander Wang, everyone couldn't help being slightly startled. Noticing everyone's reaction, Lu Yun curiously wondered if his senior brother was a really amazing character. Having completely immersed himself in slaughtering, Lu Yun hadn't paid much attention to his senior brother. On this final front line, barring a few assistant generals, Commander Wang was absolutely one of the most powerful. Just in this battle alone, deaths of no fewer than 4-rank demon beasts by his hands were witnessed, including one that was at peak 4th rank. Saying this, Liang Shaoan held a look of admiration and astonishment in his eyes. Opening his folded fan with a flip, Lu Wuhen swayed it twice, lifting up few strands of his fringe. Asked curiously, "Commander Wang is said to be one of the students of the martial academy. I wonder which martial academy he is from and how he possesses such formidable combat capabilities." Just as he finished saying this, everyone saw Commander Wang walking towards them with Xiao Chun. "Ha ha, gentlemen, please excuse me for being modest. I am an ordinary student from the Flying Spirit Martial Academy." Commander Wang was fairly lively, treating everyone with equal respect, and laughed with a fist-palm salute. "Each of you played an indispensable role in repelling the first wave of the demon beast horde today. On behalf of all the military and the residents of Eastfield Giant City, thank each and every one of you." Liang Shaoan and others were moved and respectfully returned the salute. "Commander Wang, you're too polite. The duty of demon slaying is indubitable." Commander Wang nodded. "Everyone, please take some time to recover. The next demonic beast tide will soon be upon us." With a wave of a hand, a troop of soldiers behind him carried out a large wooden box. Upon opening the box, radiant light gleamed brightly, creating a magnificent sight. "Each of you gets 2 spirit crystals as a reward for slaying the demons," said Commander Wang. As per Commander Wang's direction, the soldiers began distributing spirit crystals to all the martial artists. Everyone received 2 spirit crystals. Naturally, Liang Shaowen and others wouldn't turn away, taking it willingly without any reservations. Such an intense battle had caused depletion of everyone's true qi to varying degrees. Moreover, the fight was not over yet, as this was only the first wave of the demon beasts. If they didn't recover to peak state, the arrival of the next wave would be even more perilous. As for Lu Yun, he hadn't expended much of his aggressive aura, and his recovery speed was extremely quick because of the practice of the pure yang martial arts canon. Hence, he didn't have much use for spirit crystals. However, the 2 spirit crystals were equal to the resources for 2 months of cultivation given by the Martial Academy, and he had to accept it without any refusal. Lu Yun and Xiao Chun walked side by side on the streets of Eastfield City. At this moment, the streets were teeming with injured personnel, and the city's populace was frantically moving about. The scene was one of pressing bustle. Chapter 111, Chapter 111, Chapter 107, The Jade-Eyed Demon Monkey _2. Chapter 111, Chapter 107, The Jade-Eyed Demon Monkey _2. When the beast tide came, they were powerless. When the beast tide receded, they contributed their own strength and helped take care of the injured. Those who understood some medical arts were responsible for cooking medicine, while women, children, and the elderly were responsible for bandaging and cleaning the wounds. The strong youths helped clean up the battlefield. The 2 walked in silence, looking at the scenes of Eastfield City, and each felt deeply moved. A 5 or 6-year-old girl, dressed in coarse cloth, brought a bowl of water to them, trembling. B0XO, come. My grandpa said that you 2 are the protectors of Eastfield City. You must be very thirsty after fighting for a whole day and night, so Alian is here to give you some water. Upon seeing this, Xiao Chun was silent for a while, looking around. He saw the admiration and hope in the eyes of the citizens around him. Protectors. Xiao Chen's body trembled involuntarily, and a flash of light that was hard to detect appeared in his eyes. He concealed it well and quickly regained his composure. The always cold and silent Xiao Chen unexpectedly smiled. He gently lowered his head and rubbed the reddened cheeks of the little girl in front of him, saying softly, "We are not tired or thirsty, but there are many heroes behind us who need this water." "Okay, big brother." The little girl replied sweetly and carefully carried the bowl of water to an injured person. As they turned the corner of the street, Lu Yun laughed and said, "Just now, Xiao Chun was different from the one I've seen before." Xiao Chen's steps suddenly slowed, his eyes flickering. Perhaps the real Xiao Chun is the one we just saw. After speaking, Xiao Chun quickened his pace. What a mystery! Lu Yun muttered and quickly caught up. Back in the army tent, Xiao Chun didn't say a word to Lu Yun and immediately began cultivating using spirit crystals. Generally, a true Qi realm martial artist would take at least 10 days to half a month to fully refine a spirit crystal. However, Lu Yun noticed that Xiao Chen's refining speed was very fast. The surging spiritual energy crazily transferred from the spirit crystal to Xiao Chen's body. At this rate, a spirit crystal would not last him a few days of cultivation. This speed was almost 3 or 4 times faster than others. Why does his talent not seem like a top-ranked level 5 and 8 talent at all? With this question in mind, Lu Yun also found a place to sit cross-legged. Everyone has their secrets. Although he was curious, Lu Yun did not want to dig deeper. When it came to secrets, no one held more than he did. After cultivating for an hour, Lu Yun's body shook, and a powerful aura erupted. He had evidently already recovered to his peak state. Without the use of spirit crystals, he could recover his aggressive aura within an hour. showing the terror of the pure yang martial arts canon. Instead of ending his cultivation, he entered the sea of consciousness space. In this gray space, the light emitted by the blood-colored lotus platform was particularly eye-catching. His gaze fell on the blood-colored lotus platform. Above the platform, the first petal that bloomed was swaying, absorbing the gray mist in the space and exhaling a bloody red gas, coiling and filling the surroundings of the blood-colored lotus platform. Has nothing changed? Seeing that there was still only one blooming petal, Lu Yun couldn't help feeling a bit disappointed. On the panel, the progress of the slaughter conception had increased to first rank 15%. He thought that even if the second petal hadn't bloomed, there should be some movement. But now, the outcome was different from what he had imagined. No matter, reaching second rank is still a long road ahead. It has to come step by step. Thousands of miles east of Eastfield Giant City, in the endless mountain range. Here, there was a vast gathering of demon beasts, and at the forefront of the demon beast army were a group of level 5 demon beasts: flaming frenzied lion, green-scaled giant eagle, great strength demon ape, monohorn wild boar, melted gold rat, and others. Each of their bodies was permeated with a terrifying demon energy. In front of them stood a bull-headed, human-bodied demon beast that was 5 or 6 stories tall, the black-pupiled demon bull. Although its body was not as large as the flaming frenzied lion and other level 5 demon beasts, the terrible demon energy it exuded was like a dark cloud, making the other beasts crawl in submission. At this time, a huge and burly figure emerged from the depths of the mountain range, gradually approaching. When it came closer, its true form was revealed to the eyes of the demon beasts. It was a demonic ape, towering and burly, appearing more powerful than the black-pupiled demon bull in its full beast form. This demonic ape did not transform into a human form, remaining as a complete beast. Its pair of green eyes flashed with green light, and its body was enveloped in black demon energy. It carried a pitch black as ink stick on its thick and powerful shoulders. With each step forward of its mountain-like body, the earth rumbled thunderously. When the green pupil demon ape arrived, the other demon beasts immediately showed their submission, with the exception of the black pupiled demon bull. With a heavy thrust, the stick was inserted into the ground, which caused the earth to shake and tremble, making it difficult for the beasts to stand steady, and they roared in panic. "Old bull, did you get any results from this trial?" The green pupil demon ape asked with a deep voice. "Zhuang Zijin, the defender of the city, has become stronger. If it weren't for my thick skin and flesh, one would have probably not been his opponent." A glint flashed in the eyes of the black-pupiled demon bull as it continued. "However, one can confirm that there is no second Golden Body Realm expert in Eastfield Giant City. If we join forces, we will definitely be able to kill Zhuang Zijin and break through Eastfield Giant City." Upon hearing this, the green pupil demon ape's eyes lit up. "The 9 Mountain Demon King has ordered that if it is confirmed that there is no support in Eastfield Giant City, we must kill Zhuang Zijin, break through Eastfield City, and then go to the nearest Qingyang Giant City. By then, the city will also launch an attack from the outside to cooperate with us." "That's great." The black-pupiled demon bull looked back at the demon beasts behind it and ordered flaming, wind-howling, great ape, tyrant pig, gold rat, silver wolf, and fire tiger. You 7 each lead an army of 10,000 demon soldiers and are responsible for entangling the human army outside the city. Yes. 7 level 5 demon beasts responded respectfully. Qinglin, Apefly, Grey Wolf, Iron Mania. You 4 each lead an army of 10,000 and are responsible for leveling Eastfield Giant City for me. Yes. The 4 level 5 demon beasts took their orders respectfully. After assigning the troops, the black-pupiled demon bull felt proud and said to the green pupil demon ape beside it, "Old ape, How about it? The green pupil demon ape appeared very calm and analyzed with his deep voice. While the demon beast army is important, the key still lies with you and me. If we cannot kill Zhuang Zijin, I'm afraid that all our efforts will ultimately end in failure. With you, old ape, Zhuang Zijin is as good as dead. The black-pupiled demon bull stomped its hooves, and terrifying demon energy surged to the sky. The surrounding terrain shook with the force of an earthquake, and the demon beasts roared in fury. All demons, let's go! Break through Eastfield Giant City. As the black-pupiled demon bull gave the order, flaming frenzied lion, wind-howling demon wolf, great strength demon ape, single-horned tyrant pig, melted gold rat, silver-winged demon wolf, and purple-flame tyrant tiger raced out of the vast mountain range with their demon armies in tow. Among them, the great strength demon ape had the largest size, with its body nearly 100 feet tall, hardly inferior to the sixth-rank green pupil demon ape. No doubt, the swiftest was the silver-winged demon wolf, which ran as if it had a pair of silver wings fluttering. It rapidly rushed through the dense forest, disappearing in the blink of an eye. The other 5 level 5 demon beasts also had their own strengths, and each led the demon army to return to the Eastfield Giant City. Whoosh! The green-scaled giant eagle screamed and shouted, "All demons, follow me in the charge! Kill the human martial artists, level Eastfield Giant City, and exterminate the human race." Immediately after, with a shake of its wings, the green-scaled giant eagle soared into the sky, followed by countless birds. The sky was filled to the point of suffocation. In a blink of an eye, nearly 100,000 demon beast soldiers rushed out of the mountain range. After enduring countless beast waves, Eastfield Giant City still stood like an invincible beast, sitting at the border of the endless wilderness and the human region. As the dusk fell, the golden sunset colored the sky red. A few rays of the setting sun sprinkled down through the clouds, draping a golden veil over the Eastfield Giant City. Outside the city, the wounded and disabled soldiers had been completely cleared, with countless new faces joining the army. That Golden Body Realm powerhouse, wearing golden armor, was like a keystone, sitting cross-legged in front of the huge army. Under the illumination of the setting sun, his golden spear released a dazzling light, which brought great reassurance to the soldiers behind him. Zhuang Zijin, this general guarding the city, had been stationed in Eastfield Giant City for decades, never allowing any demon beasts to enter the human territory through the city. At this moment, as if sensing something, the golden snake spear at his side trembled and emitted a soft, whistling sound. Whoosh! Zhuang Zijin's tightly closed eyes suddenly opened wide, and his gaze pierced deep into the endless wilderness. Has it finally come? As he stood up, with a solemn gaze and his battle robe fluttering in the windless air, the golden spear spun in the sky and fell steadily into his hand. Sound the drums, prepare for battle. With a single command, Zhuang Zijin, holding his long spear and clad in his battle robe, soared into the sky. Chapter 112, Chapter 112, Chapter 108. 3 swords emerge, slaying the demons with hundreds of flowers. Chapter 112, Chapter 108. 3 swords emerge, slaying the demons with hundreds of flowers. Boom. Boom, boom. War drums suddenly started to sound, initially scattered and sporadic, but it quickly grew louder, like continuous thunder, echoing throughout the heavens and the earth, shaking the massive city. The second wave of the beast tide is here. B0XO. Calm upon hearing the intense sound of the drums, Wang Yuhao's face turned solemn. The waves of beast tide grew stronger each time, and their test had arrived. Lu Yun and Xiao Chun in the tent both opened their eyes almost simultaneously. The battle has come again. We're always prepared. Let us go. Lu Yun chuckled lightly, picked up the white-scale purple gold knife, and headed out. Ding, 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 ding. On the street, Soldiers rang gongs and drums while directing the city's residents to orderly enter their homes and close their doors and windows. The demon beasts are coming again. Get moving! Hurry! The young men quickly moved the injured into the rooms. You all stay put in the room, lock the door tightly, and don't come out. A burly martial artist said to his wife and children, "Husband, please be careful and come back safe and sound." His wife worriedly reminded him, "Don't worry, my life is tough, and no one can take it." The strong man laughed, closed the door, picked up his spear, and left without looking back. This scene took place in every corner of the street. At the same time, squads of soldiers emerged from the barracks. They were stronger and more ferocious than others, their expressions resolute, indicating experienced fighters. Lu Yun and the others, like Liang Shaowen, regrouped on the massive and heavy city walls. Even the still injured Zhang Kuang appeared on the city wall, prepared for battle. It's been just half a day, and these bastards have come back to kill us again, not giving us any peace. Zhang Kuang complained, saliva flying from his mouth. "How's your recovery? The second wave of the beast tide is much stronger than the first one. Don't get killed by the demon beast's sharp claws. Then I would lose a great martial arts friend / with a unique temperament." The fan-holding Lu Yuan's eyes sparkled, and his gaze fell on Zhang Kuang. "Rest assured, my body is in great shape, just a little injury, and I have already recovered by 70 or 80%. After finishing, Zhang Kuang forcefully patted his chest to prove he was telling the truth. A surprised Lu Yun glanced over at Zhang Kuang appreciatively. Indeed, he was in good shape. Zhang Kuang's recovery ability was somewhat abnormal, almost catching up to Lu Yun. It seems like a guy with an exceptional constitution. Lu Yun quickly withdrew his gaze and looked into the distance. In the sky and on the ground, the dark demon beast army released demonic energy that covered the heavens and the earth. Like a torrent, they swept forward, casting a cloud of darkness even on the dusky sky. Simultaneously, they also cast a shadow in everyone's hearts. The distance of hundreds of miles seemed far to ordinary people, but it was nothing to the demon beasts who were good at running. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The flaming frenzied lion, wind-howling demon wolf, great strength demon ape, and others led 70,000 demon beasts to attack first, followed closely by the green-scaled giant eagle, leading 40,000 demon beasts. The 110,000 demon beast army was fierce, with terrifying demonic energy covering the sky. At a glance, this wave was far more potent than the first one. The first wave of demon tide had many beasts, but most were low-level ones that were mostly eliminated. The remaining were mostly elite demon soldiers. Of course, the greater power and terror of this wave were not just because of this. Two colossal creatures led the front of the demon beast army. The black-pupiled demon bull revealed its true form, its body over a dozen meters tall and covered in black scales. Its bright, black eyes were like two black holes, and its sturdy legs pounded the ground as it charged, shaking the earth. Its head had grown a new set of horns, emanating a frightful glow. The green pupil demon ape was surrounded by a thick layer of black fog, masking its enormous body and giving the impression of a small mountain shrouded in demonic energy rapidly moving forward. With every step, the earth shook louder. "Proceed with the plan we made earlier and attack." The black-pupiled demon bull roared and charged forward as the demon beasts poured out behind, letting out earth-shaking screams. "Tear the flesh, drink the blood of the human race, kill." Fifth-rank demon beasts as generals, fourth-rank demon beasts as commanders, they formed orderly squads and rushed forward. Howl! 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 The horrifying roar shook the sky while the terrifying demonic energy surged, plunging the entire world into darkness. In Morijin, demons and monsters are forbidden. A golden spear pierced the sky, radiating 10,000 rays of light. The dazzling light blinded the countless demons and monsters, making it impossible to open their eyes. The golden spear then transformed into a golden sun, descending with countless golden raindrops, its terrifying power shaking the demon beasts. "Let this old ape meet you." As the green, pupiled demon ape thundered, it charged forward, leaving behind huge, rumbling footsteps. Roar! Letting out a sky-shaking roar. It unleashed a terrifying demonic energy that sent the nearby demon beasts flying in all directions. Chapter 113, Chapter 113, Chapter 108, Three Swords Unleashed, Chapter 113, Chapter 108, Three Swords Unleashed, 100 flowers slay the demon _2 boom, as the gold spear fell from the sky and clashed with the sky-reaching black cudgel. A violent storm instantly raged in the surrounding area for hundreds of feet, rapidly spreading in all directions. Ha ha! Thrilling, absolutely thrilling. At the center of the storm, the green pupiled demon ape's eyes glowed brightly like the stars of a bullfighter. B0XO, calm high in the sky, Zhuang Zijin, clad in a blue armor, reached out, and the golden lance that was knocked away instantly returned to his hand, like a god arriving. "It seems like you came prepared this time." His cold gaze swept over the green pupil demon ape and the black pupiled demon bull, and an indifferent tone without any emotion came from his mouth. 10 years ago, you survived through sheer luck. Today, you won't have that chance." The eyes of the black pupiled demon bull, brimming with hatred and apprehension, stared at Zhuang Zijin. It had fought with Zhuang Zijin dozens of times, initially with the upper hand. But later, Zhuang Zijin grew stronger and fought to an equal footing. Eventually, he gained a solid advantage. Now, without relying on its powerful body and defenses, it had no confidence in surviving his spear. This horrifying human was not someone they could ignore or hate. "Do you really think the two of you can defeat me?" His tone remained indifferent, but he raised it slightly, ringing through the surrounding heaven and earth. "Ha! A bunch of amateurs." All the soldiers in the Morijin army burst into laughter. Humans are indeed smooth talkers. The black pupiled demon bull snorted coldly, giving orders to the demon beasts behind it. "Kill them! We must crush Eastfield Giant City and slaughter every human inside." At the order, hundreds of thousands of demon beast troops surged forward like a tidal wave. Zhuang Zijin paid no attention to the demon beasts surging beneath his feet, focusing instead on the skyborne beasts. As his lance swept through the air, it shone with a golden radiance. Roar! The black pupiled demon bull roared as its hooves smashed the ground, creating several huge craters. Its massive body soared into the sky, charging at Zhuang Zijin with the terrifying light from its demon energy-wrapped horns. Without withdrawing his spear, Zhuang Zijin continued to thrust forward, killing many flying beasts in one sweep. Countless beasts plummeted to the ground, their bloodstains coloring the sky red. Annoying. As the lethal horns approached, he clenched his left fist tightly and unleashed a furious true origin punch at the massive bullhead. The golden body realm involved shedding the body of impurities, creating a formidable and terrifying body that was deemed invincible. Therefore, humans in the golden body realm were hardly inferior to demon beasts in terms of their physical prowess. His fist, like a hammer of pure, true origin, hammered the bull's head relentlessly, knocking the black, pupiled demon bull away. Simultaneously, Zhuang Zijin was sent flying, the numbing force of the counterattack running through his left arm. The full power of a 6th-rank demon beast was not that simple to overcome. "Zhuang Zijin, today you shall fall, and our demon beasts will definitely crush the Eastfield Giant City." Seizing the moment, the green pupil demon ape wielded its pillar of the sky-like black cudgel, attacking from another direction. As the enormous cudgel passed, the fierce wind howled, with demonic gales wreaking havoc and the air trembling. Zhuang Zijin seemed to have anticipated this. As his eyes darkened and his arms exerted force, the lance swiveled, thrusting forward, unleashing a peerless spear glow. The sound of thunder echoed through the sky. At the same time, the black pupil demon bull charged again, aiming to kill Zhuang Zijin. Even if Zhuang Zijin was powerful, facing these two formidable sixth-rank demon beasts at the same time was too much for him. Seeing this scene, the morale of the demon beast army intensified, charging forward ferociously. Doom, doom, doom. War drums echoed in unison, and the army rushed out to engage the demon beast army in battle. 70,000 demon beasts, divided into numerous formations, assaulted simultaneously, tying up the main force of the army. The green-scaled giant eagle led a group of flying beasts toward the city, while the breeze gray wolf, iron arm mad bear, and others commanded tens of thousands of demon beasts, attacking from the flanks. Fire! From the city walls, the prepared breaking god crossbows were released in unison, thousands of sturdy crossbow bolts piercing through the air. Screech! The green-scaled giant eagle's wings shook, blocking all the incoming bolts, and the sound of crackling echoed through the void. However, the other low-ranked flying beasts couldn't match the green-scaled giant eagle's strong body and defenses, and they were shot through, falling from the sky. Everyone, let's kill the enemy together. Boom. Two assistant generals erupted with terrifying auras, stepping out into the air, slaughtering flying beasts together, while entangling the green-scaled giant eagle, trying to invade the city. Several other assistant generals led many commanders, captains, and gathered martial artists to leap off the city walls and meet the demon beasts that had reached the city gates. The prepared army also charged out from the city. Roar! Seeing the incoming human race army, the many demon beasts howled, their crazed and greedy eyes filled with scarlet. Against humans in the golden body realm, demon beasts held little advantage, even falling short in some cases. But beneath the golden body realm, aside from a select few prodigiously talented warriors, the powerful bodies of the demon beasts were practically invincible. So, in most cases, it took one or two people working together to face a single demon beast. Kill. A large man wielding a tiger head and an elderly true Qi realm man with white hair teamed up to take on a third-rank late-stage wolf demon. Chapter 114, Chapter 114, Chapter 108, Three Swords Unleashed. Chapter 114, Chapter 108, Three Swords Unleashed. Slaying demons among 100 flowers, underscore 3T, these two seemed to be in perfect sync, quickly gaining the upper hand and leaving a series of wounds on the demon wolf. However, the number of demon beasts was not to be underestimated, as they actually held a numerical advantage over human martial artists and armies. If not for the breaking god crossbow killing a wave of them, it wouldn't have taken long for another group of demon beasts to take advantage of the situation and attack the city walls. Roar! B0XO. Com2 Silver Moon demon wolves pounced, sending a burly man flying as he couldn't dodge in time. His clothes were torn apart by the sharp claws, and a terrifying wound appeared on his abdomen. Seeing this, the white-haired old man's face was filled with horror. He didn't care about the injured demon wolf anymore, and retreated to defend. But he was a step too late, and his shoulder was bitten by an oncoming gray wolf. Crack! His right shoulder was torn right off his body. Facing such intense pain, the old man only choked once, and then quickly stumbled back while leaning on the muscular man, both watching the three demon wolves surrounding them. Is it my time to die today? Facing the fierce eyes of the approaching demon wolves, the muscular man felt devoid of hope. In the face of life and death, he recalled the promise he made to his wife and children when they parted, feeling a wave of bitterness and guilt. My human body is weak in front of the demon beasts. I can't reunite with you. One hope you all live well and worry-free in this world. According to Morrigan law, once a family member died on the battlefield fighting demon beasts, the family would not only be rewarded, but their children would also receive support from the imperial court. Knowing he was about to die and that his wife and children would receive help, he felt no more worries, and his gaze became determined again. Kill! The old man and the muscular man screamed simultaneously, both preparing for a desperate fight before their deaths. At the same time, three demon wolves charged directly, intending to rear these two humans into pieces. Whoosh! At that moment, a sword light flickered. Like a thunderbolt, it slashed across the necks of two demon beasts. Simultaneously, from another direction, a terrifying knife light descended and split the remaining demon wolf's body in half. Ha ha ha, you got there before me. Lu Yun looked at the neat row of corpses and complained a bit. Although I don't have as much true qi as you when it comes to killing efficiency, one won't be much far behind you. As Arechi words fell, Xiao Chen's figure flashed, leaving an afterimage in place. Then, the sword light flickered again, and another demon beast fell. Having higher efficiency than me, that's not necessarily true. Lu Yun chuckled lightly, using the Gale Thunder flash step. He turned into a lightning bolt, charging through the demon beast army. A dreadful killing intent engulfed the surroundings, and the concentrated, pure yang aura surged, pouring it ale into the white-scale purple-gold knife. The awe-inspiring knife light swept across everything, and layers of demon beasts fell without a chance to resist, their bodies in disarray. Looking at the three demon wolves killed in an instant and the various demon beasts that had fallen in the distance, the muscular man and the old man with a broken arm stared at the back of Lu Yun and Xiao Chen, their eyes filled with shock. How terrifying these two youngsters are. But why haven't one seen them before? He muscular man couldn't help but wonder. If I'm not mistaken, these two are disciples of the Flying Spirit Martial Academy. They originally came to the eastern region to recruit disciples, but unexpectedly encountered this demon beast tide. After surviving the calamity, the old man's eyes were once again filled with wisdom. Flying Spirit Martial Academy, recruiting disciples? The muscular man muttered to himself, quietly nurturing a thought in his heart. Very good, my slaughter conception has reached 20% in the first rank. After slaying another third-rank late-stage demon beast, Lu Yun suddenly sensed that the killing intent around him had become stronger. He divided his mind to check his progress panel and was shocked to see that his cultivation had reached 20% in his first-rank slaughter conception. Roar! Suddenly, a colossal monohorn wild boar with sharp tusks approached Lu Yun. When Lu Yun saw the wild boar, he was momentarily dazed. This demon beast was exactly like the monohorn wild boar he had killed in the Myriad Phenomena Tower. The only difference was that this monohorn wild boar was more realistic. The demon energy it emitted was more terrifying, almost becoming tangible. This was a fourth-rank monohorn wild boar. From afar, Lu Yun could already feel a sense of pressure. He could easily kill early and mid-stage third-rank demon beasts. Even late-stage third-rank demon beasts were not a problem for him. With some effort and hidden tricks, he could also slay peak third-rank demon beasts. But when facing a fourth-rank demon beast, he couldn't be confident. So to avoid being noticed by fourth- and fifth-rank demon beasts, he had been continuously changing his battleground. Unexpectedly, he was still targeted in the end. It seems one went a bit overboard with my killing. Since he couldn't avoid it, he decided to face it head-on. After understanding this, Lu Yun finally stopped hesitating. At this point, he had no choice but to face his fate. Even a first-stage fourth-rank demon beast was far beyond what a peak third-rank demon beast could match. Lu Yun had to use 99% of his strength to face it. As for Arachi's idea of fleeing, that never crossed his mind. Breaking origin, slash. A sword seemed to come from the heavens, swift like lightning, powerful like a thunderbolt. If an ordinary third-rank demon beast was hit by this attack, it would die on the spot. However, when it struck the body of the fourth-rank monohorn wild boar, it merely broke through one layer of flesh and didn't cause much damage. Chapter 115, Chapter 115, Chapter 108, Third Sword, 100 Flowers Demon, Slaying _4. Chapter 115, Chapter 108, Third Sword, 100 Flowers Demon, Slaying _4. What a terrifying defense. A hint of shock flashed in Xiao Chen's cold eyes. Immediately he said to Lu Yun, "Let's slay this beast together." Indeed, Xiao Chen spoke of slaying, not just confronting the beast. Without waiting for Lu Yun's response, he charged forward, brandishing the heavenly rainbow sword. B0XO, calm the thunderous sword radiance, was extremely terrifying, not only greatly enhancing the power of sword techniques, but also causing continuous damage. In the twinkling of an eye, Xiao Chen left gashes on the monohorn wild boar's terrifying defense. However, this utterly enraged the monohorn wild boar. Its body surged with demon energy, blocking Xiao Chen's attack with its horn and retaliating with a fierce charge, sending Xiao Chen flying. No wonder it's a fourth-rank demon beast. Having observed its exchange with Xiao Chen, Lu Yun was able to gauge the monohorn wild boar's strength. This monohorn wild boar was even more potent than ordinary early-stage fourth-rank demon beasts, but it was clear that it had not reached the middle stage of the fourth rank. Otherwise, Xiao Chen would have faced more than merely being sent flying from that charge. Watch this. Lu Yun fully unleashed his slaughter conception. At the same time, the pure yang aura in his dantian surged crazily. His body was enveloped by a golden white halo and blood-red gas, making him appear both bizarre and powerful, channeling his energy throughout his body. The white-scale purple gold knife erupted with radiance, slashing towards the monohorn wild boar's horn with all its power. However, the knife attack was hindered somehow and didn't pierce through as if encountering massive resistance. With a loud boom, the monohorn wild boar was sent flying several zhang away. A crack appeared on its horn, which emitted a faint glow. I miscalculated. One didn't expect this fellow to react so fast, using its horn to block my strike at the crucial moment. Lu Yun couldn't help but admire the monohorn wild boar's response speed. Roar! The monohorn wild boar let out an angry roar, condensing its powerful demon energy, becoming even more terrifying. The reason why fourth-rank demon beasts were much stronger than third-rank demon beasts was that they could use and manipulate demon energy, enhancing their attacks and defenses. The monohorn wild boar, before them, had clearly reached this level. It's my turn. In the instant when Lu Yun and the monohorn wild boar were both sent flying, Xiao Chen seized the opportunity and launched his attack. Sword of the Third. Wielding his 3 qilong green sword, he vowed never to stop until he had vanquished all demons. This sword, like a meteor streaking across the sky and a white horse galloping by in the twinkle of an eye, was too swift to describe. Its powerful sword chi roared like a torrential ocean. This sword, unparalleled in style, seemed like exploding thunder, shimmering with dazzling light, ferocious, fierce, destructive, and sharp, all bursting forth at once. Seeing this sword, the fourth-rank monohorn wild boar couldn't help but shudder, as if this sword could pierce its body. Its pupils contracted, and the dark red demon power erupted in an attempt to withstand the blow. A torrential surge of demon energy burst forth, shattering strands of thunderous sword chi. Behind the sword chi was a terrifying thunderous sword radiance. The monohorn wild boar gathered its surging demon energy on its damaged horn once more. Crack! The extremely hard horn broke, and the remaining force of the thunderous sword radiance poured onto the monohorn wild boar's body. Boom! Even with its terrifying defense, the colossal body couldn't withstand the sword strike. It was sent flying, its body riddled with a horrifying and sharp wound. Sword of the Third, impressive power. Lu Yun praised. His tone then shifted. I have a blade too, for you to witness. As he spoke, he swung a blade across the sky, unleashing countless blade chi filling the heavens and earth. Amidst the storm, petals of blade radiance emerged. Xiao Chen stared intently at the blade radiance covering the sky, wanting to speak, but in the end he said nothing. Instead, he gripped the heavenly rainbow sword tighter. 100 flowers, flowing wind sky dance. As the majestic voice fell, the terrifying blade radiance, like a meteor crashing from the sky, shattered the void and the ground, obliterating the monohorn wild boar's demonic body. Chapter 116. Chapter 116. Chapter 109. The Fall of the Black-Eyed Demon Bull. Chapter 116. Chapter 109. The Fall of the Black-Eyed Demon Bull Regret. This monohorn wild boar was filled with regret and disbelief, but it had no choice. From beginning to end, it never had a chance to attack. It was entirely under the control of its enemies. Despite being only 2 third-rank humans, they suddenly burst out with such terrifying offensive power that its typically strong defense and invincible horn completely crumbled. The robust body was chopped into pieces under vast blade aura, while the dark red demon energy quickly died down. Its bones and muscles were torn apart, and the once powerful life force was extinguished. B0XO. Kaboom! The massive body finally fell, a terrifying explosion sweeping all directions, stupefying the surrounding demon beasts and humans. This human must not be allowed to survive. The Breeze Grey Wolf, a 5th-rank beast, quickly reacted. With a furious howl, it launched an attack on Lu Yun, spitting out a terrifying cyan demon element, which transformed into a horrendous tornado rushing towards Lu Yun. Feeling the maddening, hair-raising blast of terrifying wind, Lu Yun dared not confront it directly. He immediately pushed his Gale Thunder Flash step to the limit. Whoosh! The cyclone was incredibly fast, reaching him in an almost instantaneous moment. Even the near-perfect Gale Thunder Flash step couldn't fully dodge it for Lu Yun, and he was swept up by the edge of the windstorm. The extreme attack covered his entire body, as if countless razor blades were wildly slicing him. Even Lu Yun's body, which was comparable to a true artifact, coupled with the protection of the aggressive aura, wasn't spared. His body bore at least a dozen wounds. I underestimated the terror of a 5th-rank demon beast. Feeling the intense pain passing through his body, Lu Yun drew a deep breath. However, he didn't have the time to check his injuries. He focused all his energy on maneuvering through the battlefield to evade the pursuit of the 5th-rank Breeze Grey Wolf. Compared to the Grey Wolf, his speed was woefully slow, and the gap between them quickly closed. Damn, didn't every 5th-rank beast have its own opponent? Why has it suddenly targeted me, and why is it now relentlessly chasing after me? Feeling angry and despairing, Lu Yun continued to switch positions to buy more time, waiting for reinforcements. Bang! A terrifying attack came, and Lu Yun narrowly evaded it. The other demon beasts were not so fortunate. They were shredded by the powerful attack before they could even scream, and died instantly. To the Breeze Grey Wolf, even its own kind was expendable in its determination to kill Lu Yun. With a fierce leap, the Breeze Grey Wolf blocked Lu Yun's escape path. The powerful demon energy filled the air, exuding a terrifying aura that made the surrounding demon beasts and human soldiers tremble uncontrollably and fall to the ground. Lu Yun, at the eye of the storm, bore the greatest pressure. However, having grasped the slaughter conception, his spirit, chi, will, and essence far surpassed a third-rank demon beast, or human martial artist. Under such terrifying pressure, only his speed was hindered. For the current Lu Yun, the slow speed was undoubtedly the most fatal. Prepare to die, human ant. Contempt and the intent to kill filled the breeze gray wolf's eyes as it spat out a terrifying demon aura that formed into a cyan light ball. The instant it erupted, it set off an endless gale that swept the heaven and earth. How dare you! Just at the critical moment, Wang Yuhao happened to witness the scene. Seeing Lu Yun being chased by a fifth-rank demon beast, his face changed drastically. He then shouted without hesitation and initiated an attack. A slash of his sword let loose deep red aura. The booming sound of the air shattered the heaven and earth. Boom! The sword seemed to cut through everything, severing the endless gale. The terrifying demon aura also slightly shifted its direction due to the powerful sword aura. Because of this slight shift, Lu Yun managed to escape. Still, the other demon beasts who were fighting with the Morijin soldiers were not that lucky. They were covered by that terrifying demon aura. Their massive bodies were quickly torn apart, and their conditions were extremely miserable. Junior brother Lu, you should retreat for now. I'll stop it. Glancing at the demon energy-filled breeze, gray wolf, Wang Yuhao tightened his grip on his sword, his face heavy with seriousness. Even though he had slain a peak fourth-rank demon beast, facing a real fifth-rank demon beast still put tremendous pressure on him. Senior brother Wang, be careful. Lu Yun didn't hesitate and quickly retreated against a fifth-rank demon beast. His presence wouldn't provide any help. Instead, it will only drag them down. He understood this point and naturally wouldn't stay. Hiss! Feeling the intense pain from his body, Lu Yun couldn't help but frown. The wounds were filled with demon power. If left untreated, it could lead to dire consequences. When the breeze gray wolf was chasing him, he didn't dare divide his attention to observe his wounds. Upon inspection now, his wounds were indeed horrendous. Bone was visible at the wound site. A cyan demon power clung to it, continually devouring his life force and turning his blood a dark red. Not daring to hesitate, Lu Yun immediately activated the pure yang aura to drive out the residual demon power in his body. The pure yang aura was extremely firm and strong, especially after being refined 3 times. Its attributes were stronger, more violent, and domineering. In no time, the demon energy, which was like flesh-eating maggots, was driven out. With the demon power no longer obstructing it, Lu Yun's terrifying healing abilities finally began to take effect, and immense life energy filled the air. Lu Yun only felt an itch all over his body, as if countless insects were crawling through his flesh and blood. Chapter 117, Chapter 117, Chapter 109, The Fall of the Black Pupil Demon Bull _2, Chapter 117, Chapter 109, The Fall of the Black Pupil Demon Bull _2. He knew that vitality was permeating. His wounds were healing. Swoosh! A streak of sword light swept by, cutting open the bodies of several demon beasts around them. Their massive bodies writhed on the ground before quickly losing their breath. Xiao Chun walked over with the heavenly rainbow sword in hand. Seeing Lu Yun covered in wounds, his eyes became deep. How are you? Can you still fight? B0XO. Minor injuries, no big deal. Lu Yun whispered with a slight smile, and a dangerous grin slowly bloomed on his face. He raised his eyes slightly, looking at the fierce battle between Wang Yuhao and Bree's gray wolf in the distance, and said solemnly, "I can't handle a fifth-ranked demon beast, but it's easy for me to slaughter third-ranked ones. Kill." With a low growl, the bloody lotus platform in the sea of consciousness trembled madly. Boundless killing intent burst forth, filling the surroundings with terrifying murderous aura. Lu Yun's eyes turned blood red, and his entire body was enveloped in a bloody light, like an invincible god of slaughter, his boundless might exploding. The blood-red blade light shattered the void, stretching as long as dozens of meters, like a heavenly blade descending, slashing horizontally. In an instant, more than a dozen demon beasts were cut in half, and the broken ground was also split into a huge deep pit, dozens of meters long. The exploding, terrifying force knocked all the surrounding demon beasts away. In a blink of an eye, a thunderous shadow flickered, like a fleeting light swinging the long blade, and massive corpses fell to the ground with a thud. Lu Yun kept moving without stopping, continuing to shuttle through the army of demon beasts. Now, he vented all his anger and resentment on these second- and third-rank demon beasts. Wherever he went, the killing intent permeated. 1, 2, 3. One after another, demon beasts fell. At the same time, soldiers who were fighting to the death with demon beasts and about to perish were utterly desperate. But suddenly they saw a flash of blood red, and the air suddenly turned cold. And then, with a bang sound, the demon beast that was about to tear their bodies apart crashed to the ground. Blood trickled from its neck, abdomen, head, and other places. Did the god of slaughter descend? Bufan, covered in blood, saw the blood shadow passing in front of him and the wind-howling demonic dog that fell at his feet. A term invariably emerged in his heart. That killing intent was truly shocking. Only powerful experts who had killed tens of thousands of demon beasts in the army could possess such frightening killing intent. But why does that figure seem so familiar? A young figure appeared in his mind. Could it really be him? Thinking about it, Bufan felt more certain that the blood shadow and the young man in his heart were definitely the same person. He glanced at Xiao Chun not far away. His sword techniques were sharp and powerful, each sword accompanied by the death of a demon beast, mostly second or third rank ones. Such talent and strength are truly terrifying. No wonder the Flying Spirit Martial Academy could confidently let the two of them take charge of the entrance examinations in Eastfield County. Both Xiao Chen's and Lu Yun's strengths were so powerful that they made his heart tremble. Is he really okay like that? Xiao Chen stayed within 150 meters of Lu Yun, killing demon beasts, while also paying attention to his condition. After all, he had witnessed Lu Yun being chased and nearly killed by the fifth-ranked Bree's gray wolf, and his body was covered in horrifying scars. Under such circumstances, if it were someone else, they would have already perished. But now, Lu Yun had become even more ferocious, which genuinely shocked him. While being shocked, he also felt worried. Martial artists fighting beyond their limits were prone to hidden dangers, especially those like Lu Yun, who's already heavily injured, making the risks even more terrifying. Lu Yun was unaware of Xiao Chen's thoughts, and his injuries were not as severe as he imagined. On the contrary, after expelling the demon energy, his wounds were healing at a horrifying speed. As the number of demon beasts he killed increased, the murderous aura lingering around him became even more terrifying. Even as he slaughtered, he always kept a thread of consciousness focused on his status board. Slaughter conception raised to first rank 21%. Slaughter conception raised to first rank 22%. Slaughter conception raised to first rank 25%. He found that the stronger the demon beasts he killed, the faster his slaughter conception would increase. Therefore, he specifically targeted demon beasts at or above the peak of second rank and above. With the Gale Thunder Flash step fully activated, His speed could almost rival a fourth-rank demon beast. As long as he set his sights on them, there was only one outcome. They would become the nourishment for his slaughter conception to advance. This time, one should be able to raise the progress of my slaughter conception to 30% of the first rank. Feeling the rapid progress of his slaughter conception, Lu Yun was secretly delighted, and his depression from being hunted by Bree's gray wolf disappeared somewhat. In the blink of an eye, the situation took a sudden turn. He suddenly sensed the eruption of a strong thunderbolt. Now that dawn had broken, the sky was perfectly normal. So how could there be a sudden appearance of a thunderbolt? It was at the distant battlefield. Ha! Zhuang Zijin, prepare to die. The black-pupiled demon bull and the green-pupiled demonic ape, two monstrous demon beasts with soaring demon energy, besieged Zhuang Zijin together. Demon energy filled half the sky, obscuring light of the sun and the moon. Only a golden spear light appeared faintly visible. Judging from the momentum, Zhuang Zijin seemed to be gradually losing, barely managing to defend. However, being able to resist for a whole night when coping with two powerful sixth-rank demon beasts at the same time was enough to prove the strength of Zhuang Zijin. Sky-shaking stick. With a sweep of the green-pupiled demonic ape's stick, the sky was demolished. That golden long spear was held horizontally, and with a bang, it flew out. The golden light dimmed, and Zhuang Zijin, clad in a blue armor, was sent flying, leaving a blue trail in the breaking dawn's sky. Chapter 118, Chapter 118, Chapter 109, The Fall of the Black Pupiled Demon B1123. Chapter 118, Chapter 109, The Fall of the Black-Pupiled Demon B1123. The black-pupiled demon bull stomped its four hoofs, creating tremors in the mountains and rivers. Its massive body leaped up and tore through the sky, charging towards the flying Zhuang Zijin, with its demon energy-enveloped horns flickering with a dim glow. Seeing the imminent crisis, Zhuang Zijin's face remained unchanged, and he murmured softly, "If you don't intervene now, when will you?" His voice was so low that no one could hear it, but the moment his words fell, a golden lightning bolt the thickness of a finger suddenly erupted, displaying unparalleled speed as it instantly tore through the air and arrived. Caught off guard, the black-pupiled demon bull's expression changed involuntarily. With a shudder, its instincts told it to dodge. B0XO. Calm, however, the golden lightning bolt instantly expanded, covering the sky in an instant, transforming into numerous lightning bolts as it rained down. Each lightning bolt exuded terrifying power and shattered the sky as they struck the massive body of the black-pupiled demon bull. Ah! The violent lightning shattered the demon energy that enveloped the black-pupiled demon bull, causing it to shriek in agony as its massive body was engulfed by the sizzling lightning. Zhuang Zijin, who had originally been retreating, focused his gaze at this moment, flipped his spear around, pouring his true origin into it, and forcefully pushed it forward with both hands. The spear transformed into a golden dragon, hurtling towards the black-pupiled demon bull. Seeing the incoming golden spear, the black-pupiled demon bull, entangled in lightning, panicked even more and shouted, "Save me!" The sound echoed through the sky, shaking the heavens and earth. Caught off guard by the sudden appearance of an unknown powerhouse, the green-pupiled demon ape was momentarily shocked. As it recovered, its expression turned alarmed. If it allowed the black-pupiled demon bull to be slain by their opponent, not only would their plan to attack the Eastfield giant city crumble, but the subsequent schemes would also be severely affected. Roar! With a roar, the green-pupiled demon ape's eyes turned fierce, and the undulating demon energy around its body transformed into a black lightning bolt that tore through the sky, diving down. You can't save him. Once again, golden lightning appeared in the sky, transforming into countless fine bolts that intertwined, forming a golden lightning net that sealed a part of the void, spreading downwards. Feeling numb all over, The green pupil demon ape's prided defense and body would not be so useful under this giant lightning net. Fortunately, it was only a painful sting and numbness, not causing any real harm to its body. In its green pupils, a golden figure flew towards it from a distance, surrounded by sizzling lightning bolts crossing the sky and attacking. Lu Yun's eyes narrowed slightly as he looked toward the center of the golden lightning in the sky. Through the golden lightning, he could vaguely see the person's face, which revealed a touch of surprise. That was Elder Lei Kang, who had traveled with them on the Black Boat to the Eastfield giant city. Despite the distance, Lu Yun was 100% sure that it was indeed Elder Lei Kang. As for why he suddenly appeared and was fighting the green pupil demon ape, it was obvious. It was probably not just a coincidence, but a well-planned scheme. However, the strength displayed by Elder Lei Kang was far beyond Lu Yun's expectations. Just from the golden lightning blanketing the sky and the intense pressure that he could sense from afar, one could imagine the terrifying power behind it. Roar! The green pupil demon ape let out an enraged roar, its already massive body enlarged even further in an attempt to burst through the enveloping lightning net. With a bang, the lightning net exploded, and an incredibly dark, giant club struck the sky. The air shattered, creating violent winds. The entire world was plunged into darkness by the overwhelming demon energy. A futile struggle. Lei Kang's cold voice resounded from within the golden lightning, filled with strong confidence. Nothing can stand in my way. The green pupil demon ape tore through the sky with its club, breaking the seal of the golden lightning and heading towards the black pupil demon bull as reinforcement. However, the golden lightning seemed unending, layer upon layer, overwhelming with power, making it impossible to tear through completely. The infuriated green pupil demon ape roared wildly and brandished its pillar of the sky-like black club, creating waves of terrifying winds. Demon Bull, today is your demise. At this moment, Zhuang Zijin was even more formidable than at the beginning, his blue armor clashing loudly. The golden light of his spear erupts like a golden sun, crashing down towards the enormous body of the demon bull. For a moment, the golden light was intensely bright, illuminating heaven and earth. In the sky, angry howls echoed, tragic and heroic. Following that, with a crack, the bull's horn broke, its demonic body torn apart, blood raining down. An astounding sight. The six-order demon beast's body was incredibly strong, with an abnormal defense and terrifying vitality. One attack could only severely wound it, but could not completely kill it. However, for Zhuang Zijin, inflicting such damage meant that the enemy's demise was not far away. The battle was ferocious. The black pupil demon bull enraged. Its demon energy filled the sky, golden light dazzling, endless collision shockwaves spreading in all directions. The battle had fully escalated into a white-hot one. Boom! Zhuang Zijin, like a golden war god, was indomitable. With one strike, he cut off the last remaining horn of the black pupil demon bull, leaving a gaping hole in its skull. The golden spear light completely suppressed the terrifying demon energy. The black pupil demon bull roared incessantly, its cries shaking the heavens, blood flowing like pillars, splattering in all directions. Zhuang Zijin, growing increasingly fierce as the battle went on, merged with his spear, displaying an air of unrivaled dominance. With every move, storms churned and spear light surged. Die! Killing intent revealed in his eyes. True origin exploded. Spear light flickering, omnipresent across heaven and earth. Peerless, invincible spear tore through the sky, opening the heavens, cleaving downward. With a puff, the head of the black pupil demon bull was cut off, blood spraying high, painting the surrounding space red. Whoosh! Spear light like a rainbow. Another sweep pierced through the body of the black-pupiled demon bull, creating a blood-soaked hole from its back to its chest. The golden spear flipped in midair, again erupting with spear light like a giant sun plummeting downward. With a plop, the enormous head flew off the massive body of the black-pupiled demon bull, crashing into the ground, stirring up countless dust and blood mist. Seeing the enormous head fall not far away, Lu Yun's killing intent suddenly faltered, his expression a mix of astonishment and shock. A sixth-ranked black-pupiled demon bull was killed just like that. Rumble! The black-pupiled demon bull's massive body fell from the sky, smashing the ground into a huge pit, its blood gushing forth, emitting a terrifying demon energy and an intense vicious aura, causing hearts to tremble from afar. The golden spear descended from the sky, sticking straight into the corpse of the black-pupiled demon bull. Golden light scattered. A valiant, martial figure slowly descended, standing on one foot on the golden spear. In the raging wind, Zhuang Zijin's battle robe flapped loudly, his hands behind his back, his cold eyes scanning all directions, the powerful aura suppressing all demons, causing them all to collapse to the ground. The spear light blossomed, scattering in all directions, countless demon bodies exploding, blood splattering, staining the broken battlefield in red. The general is divine. The general is divine. Invincible. Invincible. Endless shouts echoed, immense momentum stirring. At this moment, the attention of all was on Zhuang Zijin, who was truly invincible. Chapter 119, Chapter 119, Chapter 110. The demonic tide recedes, the banquet begins. Chapter 119, Chapter 110. The demonic tide recedes, the banquet begins on the broken and bloody battlefield. The great Morijin army watched as Zhuang Zijin forcefully killed the black-pupiled demon bull and crushed countless demons with his indomitable spirit. Their blood boiled with excitement, and their hearts filled with triumphant conviction. It was as if they had been reinfused with courage, becoming fearless warriors once more. My generals, follow me in exterminating these beasts. An assistant general held a shield in his left hand and a blade in his right, leading a group of remnants and defeated soldiers in a counterattack. Demon slaying! Demon slaying! B0XO! Calm, countless roars erupted simultaneously, stirring up a strong momentum that scared the group of demon beasts to tremble in fear. The fall of the black-pupiled demon bull was already a huge blow to the demon beasts. Now, with the Golden Body Realm experts arriving and the Morijin army becoming fearless, both the momentum and the morale completely crushed the demon beast army. AOU! In the sky, thunder exploded, and demon energy rolled. A vast sea of golden thunder sealed the green pupil demon ape. Lei Kang pointed his finger, and a thick and violent golden thunder locked onto the green pupil demon ape, making it fall. It was like a divine thunder descending from the sky, incredibly fast and unavoidable, striking the enormous demon body of the green pupil demon ape. Boom! The body of the black pupil demon ape fell heavily to the ground, spattering boundless dust and dirt while being struck by the force of thunder. Roar! 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 Feeling the pain from its body, the green pupil demon ape angrily roared and swung its massive black staff, sweeping away the surrounding innocent demon beasts and soldiers alike. Blood splattered everywhere, a sight too gruesome to watch. With a clang, Zhuang Zijin walked through the air, bathed in golden light, as the spear in his hand quivered and the black pupil demon bull's body exploded. At the same time, a golden thunderbolt fell, and Lei Kang, clad in fluttering robes, emerged from the lightning. His golden eyes, flashing with thunder, stared intently at the green pupil demon ape as it rampaged. This battle should come to an end. Lei Kang's aura surged, and the golden lightning around his body grew more intense. Reaching out a hand, a golden giant hand in the void appeared and grabbed at the green pupil demon ape. As his fingers gradually closed, the golden thunder encased the green pupil demon ape's gigantic body, continuously exploding and unleashing a fierce attack. The green pupil demon ape let out an angry roar, and its demonic energy surged like an ocean. It slammed its staff against the falling giant hand of golden thunder, and its green eyes flickered with a strange light. Huh! Lei Kang's pupils constricted, and a strong sense of danger rose in his heart. All he saw was the green pupil demon ape's eyes suddenly shooting out two green pillars of light. The light pierced through the gaps of the golden giant hand and rushed towards Lei Kang and Zhuang Zijin at a high speed. Lei Kang released a burst of golden lightning, constructing a golden thunder shield in front of him to face the oncoming green light. Zhuang Zijin, on the other hand, retracted his spear and, with his true origin surging, unleashed a burst of spear light with a slash. With a thunderous boom, the spear light dispersed, and the green light blasted across the sky, leaving a dark hole in its wake. What a terrifying attack! This thought emerged simultaneously in Lei Kang and Zhuang Zijin's minds. However, in the next instant, they both changed their expressions. All they saw was the ferocious green pupil demon ape, sweeping away the dust and debris with its staff before leaping hundreds of feet away in a single bound. It then frantically tried to escape. Not good, don't let it get away. Together, the two men chased after it through the air. Aoyu, the situation is irreversible. Retreat. The flaming, frenzied lion roared. Its heart bled as it watched countless demon soldiers under its command fall, wishing it could raise the Eastfield giant city and slaughter all humans. Though extremely uncomfortable, there was no other solution. Now, with the collapse of the black pupil demon bull and the escape of the green pupil demon ape, the advantage of the demon beast army had been lost. If they did not retreat promptly, the return of the two human golden body realm powerhouses would lead to even heavier losses. In an instant, countless demon beasts retreated like a receding tide. We cannot let them leave so easily. Kill! Kill! For a moment, the battlefield was filled with earth-shattering shouts of slaughter as the Meridian's forces and human martial artists pursued the fleeing enemy. Chirp! With a shake underscore of the green-scaled giant eagle's wings, countless feathers transformed into piercing light, killing oncoming soldiers and martial artists. Do not linger. Retreat from all directions. The green-scaled giant eagle ordered, shaking its wings and accelerating rapidly. It turned into a green light that disappeared into the horizon. And so, countless demon beasts desperately fled while the great Morijin soldiers and martial artists pursued them from behind. The pursuit continued all the way to 100 miles from the Eastfield giant city, where it finally halted. The catastrophe, which lasted for 2 days, eventually came to a definitive end. Lu Yun looked at the scattered corpses and red blood everywhere, strange glimmers flashing in his pupils. In such a huge war, he was just a tiny role at most able to fight against fourth-ranked demon beasts. Against slightly more powerful demon beasts, he could only run for his life. After being pursued by a breeze-gray wolf, he had narrowly escaped death. Undeniably, with his current strength, he was extremely weak on this battlefield, a place resembling a colossal millstone that ground up and devoured life. The sun rose, casting light upon the world. Lu Yun looked up at the fuzzy red sun in the sky. Golden Body Realm. It seemed so close yet so far away. Fog filled the sky. Dawn light was faint, and dew rolled on the leaves. The sun shone upon the pools of blood, reflecting the broken mountains and rivers in the red haze. Lu Yun walked slowly, facing the morning light and basking in the gentle breeze. Within the sea of consciousness, the blood-red lotus platform, hidden deep in his subconscious, swayed its petals madly, absorbing the gray fog in the space and spewing out chilling red mists once more. Chapter 120, Chapter 120, Chapter 110. The demonic tide recedes. The banquet begins _2. Chapter 120, Chapter 110. The demonic tide recedes. The banquet begins _2. Standing on the tall and majestic city wall, looking down, one's gaze slowly moved, sweeping over the ruined battlefield and reaching the endless wasteland shrouded in fog in the distance. Lu Yun's heart gradually became silent, and the crimson in his pupils slowly faded. Next to him, Xiao Chun looked at Lu Yun, whose wounds were healing and scabbing and beginning to peel away, with starry eyes flickering with admiration. The news of Eastfield Giant City's provincial magistrate Zhuang Zijin aggressively slaying the 6th-rank demon beast, the black-pupiled demon bull, and forcing the retreat of the demon beast army quickly caused a sensation, alarming the surrounding counties and giant cities. A 6th-rank demon beast was equivalent to a human gold body realm powerhouse, especially a powerful monster like the black-pupiled demon bull. B0XO. Calm slaying it and repelling the horde of beasts was a hugely significant event. However, there was another even more significant event. That was Zhuang Zijin had gained immense benefits from this battle and was about to advance to the Rune Seed realm. When this news came out, the entire Spirit Martial Prefecture was shaken. In Ling Province, where there were no Golden Core cultivators, Rune Seed realm cultivators were undoubtedly invincible beings. At the celebration banquet, neither Zhuang Zijin nor Lei Kang, the 2 gold body powerhouses, appeared. The one hosting the celebration banquet was an assistant general named Jiang Ming, an expert at the peak of Origin Fluid Realm, who had stopped the green-scaled giant eagle from passing the city wall. Under an attendant's guidance, Lu Yun and Xiao Chun came hand in hand. At a glance, Lu Yun saw many well-trained soldiers and martial artists with powerful auras, their cultivation at least at the true Qi realm. They were bare-chested and drinking merrily. With the horde of beasts gone, and having survived, they deserved a good celebration. So everyone let loose. Look, those 2 are Heavenly Pride Lu Yun and Xiao Chun from the Flying Spirit Martial Academy. At that moment, a series of exclamations rang out in the crowd. Lu Yun turned his head to look. He saw a burly man with a face full of flesh, looking excited and admiringly at him, and Xiao Chun. Alongside the burly man, there was also a white-haired old man with a severed arm. Lu Yun's gaze sharpened, and he instantly recognized these 2 as the burly man and severed arm elder he and Xiao Chun had saved. "Ha, Brother Lu, you're finally here." Zhang Kuang stood up and led Lu Yun and Xiao Chun to their table. There were 2 other people, namely Lu Wuhan and Liang Shaowen. Upon seeing Xiao Chun, Lu Wuhan folded his fan, his eyes shooting out 2 sharp glints, full of fighting spirit. "Brother Xiao Chun, if there's a chance in the future, I'd like to exchange some swordsmanship with you." During the battle with the demon beasts, Xiao Chen's performance had been particularly dazzling and attracted many eyes, especially to Lu Wuhan, a swordsmanship genius who also used a sword. Xiao Chun had drawn the most attention. "Sorry, when my sword is unsheathed, it must draw blood." At this statement, the originally friendly atmosphere instantly stiffened. Lu Wuhan opened his folding fan, fluttering it twice, and laughing. "Ha, Brother Xiao is indeed a witty person." Xiao Chen's expression remained unchanged, making no response. What he had just said was the truth, and his heartfelt thoughts. His sword was for demon extermination, demon slaying, and killing people. Once drawn, blood would surely flow. "Brother Lu, if there is a chance, we can have a good match to see who is faster, your sword or my knife." Zhang Kuang, who had a rough exterior but a fine heart, took over the conversation in time to dissolve Lu Yun's embarrassment. Regarding this, Lu Yun only smiled slightly without explaining on behalf of Xiao Chun. He knew Xiao Chun didn't need it, In fact, whether it was Lu Wuhen, Zhang Kuang, or Liang Shaowen, for both of them, they were just passers-by during their short stay in Eastfield Giant City. Even though they had once fought side by side in the not-too-distant future, this would be just a small part of their memories, insignificant. At the midway point of the banquet, Jiang Ming stood up, smiling and looking at everyone. Everyone, in celebration of Eastfield Giant City, repelling the onslaught once again. We will now present a special dish for you all to enjoy. Please take your time and savor it, he said. After that, he clapped his hands 3 times, and a group of attendants served the dishes in an orderly manner. Each table had a plate of spiritual fruit, a pot of spiritual wine, and 5 plates of meat. As soon as they were placed, the fragrance of the spiritual wine spread throughout. However, even more attractive to everyone was the plate of meat in the middle. Just by smelling it, people felt their pores opening up and their whole body relaxing. Everyone, let's start. As Jiang Ming's voice fell, the restless crowd couldn't wait to begin. Zhang Kuang laughed. We each remove a lid to see what treasures lie beneath. Sure. Lu Yun and the other 4 each lifted a lid from the plates of meat. What Lu Yun opened was a glittering golden pig's head. Wow, isn't this the 4th rank monohorn wild boar I killed? Lu Yun was surprised. He turned his gaze to the other plates the others had opened. The plate that Xiao Chen opened contained a braised bear paw that had also been cut from a 4th rank demon beast. The plate Lu Wuhen opened contained half of a grilled red lion's head, which had also been a 4th rank demon beast. And the plate belonging to Liang Shaowen was 1 paw from a 5th rank demon wolf. What made everyone's eyes red with envy was the plate that Zhang Kuang lifted the lid from, revealing a chunk of bright red meat weighing more than 10 pounds. As soon as it was opened, the rich, fragrant scent emitted from it overwhelmed the other 4 plates of meat. What kind of demon beast meat was this? People looked at one another, trying to find the answer in each other's eyes. After a moment of silence, Zhang Kuang slowly said, Judging by the texture of the meat, it looks a bit like beef, but it's different. This kind of meat is dozens of times better than any beef I've seen before. Chapter 121, Chapter 121, Chapter 110, The Demon Tide Recedes, Chapter 121, Chapter 110, The Demon Tide Recedes. The banquet begins, _3 at this point. Zhang Kuang seemed to have thought of something. His pupils contracted in an instant, and he exclaimed in surprise, Oh my, it can't be from that level 6 black pupil demon bull. Can it? One can't resist it anymore. He reached for his chopsticks, preparing to attack the food eagerly. However, when his gaze fell on the plate, he was immediately taken aback. B0XO. Originally there were around 17 or 18 pounds of beef, but only a small piece was left, looking no more than just 2 pounds or so. Don't move, the rest is mine. Zhang Kuang roared fiercely, grabbing the entire plate and shielding it in front of him, looking like anyone who dared touch it would become his enemy. This was meat from the black-pupiled demon bull, the flesh of a level 6 demon beast, not ordinary beef. Thinking about this, Zhang Kuang felt an overwhelming sense of frustration. However, Lu Yun and the others were sitting there, bellies full, burping and exuding spiritual energy, appearing completely indifferent. Beasts, you're all beasts. Zhang Kuang roared internally, but he didn't let that slow his action. He seized his chopsticks and started eating. In just a few moments, the remaining small piece of beef was quickly gobbled up by him. Such scrumptious treasure. Zhang Kuang licked his lips, his expression one of satisfaction. At this moment, every pore of his body was opened, radiating minuscule rays of light. Watching as Lu Yun and the others continued to keep their bellies full, burping without a care, Zhang Kuang suddenly didn't feel as satisfied anymore. Picking up his chopsticks again, he zeroed in on the plate piled high with the level 5 demon beast's meat. In no time, he managed to eat a third of it all by himself. Eventually, he had to stop, unable to eat any more. Reclining on the chair, he was very content, listening to the deafening roar of the spiritual energy rushing within his body. He was certain that if he continued like this every day, it wouldn't take long until his 9th round of true qi refinement was completed. Burp, burp, burp. At this point, he let out several satisfied belches, stretched lazily, and finally felt somewhat relieved. The group shared a knowing glance and smiled as one. Lu Yun used the period of satiety after the meal to open his status panel. Name: Lu Yun Affiliation, Flying Spirit Martial Academy, Martial Arts, 7-Kill Saber Technique, Reach Profound, Non-Upgradable, Black Tiger Saber Technique, Perfection, Non-Upgradable, Eastern Windbreak, Entry Level 1%, Fusionable, Flowing Wine Sky Dance, 100 Flowers, Perfection 15%, Fusionable, Gale Thunder, Flash Step, Great Accomplishment 77%, Pure Yang Martial Arts Canon, True Qi Chapter, Small Achievement 19%, Innate Talent, Level 6 Martial Realm, True Qi Realm, 3rd Refinement, Energy 2, automatically increased by 1 every 2 days, Conception, Slaughter Conception, 1st rank 27% as expected. Even the meat of a level 6 demon beast could not provide him with any energy value. However, the training progress of the Pure Yang Martial Arts Canon's True Qi chapter has improved, which surprised Lu Yun. It appears that consuming the meat of high-ranking demon beasts not only benefits the enhancement of the physical body, but also aids in the improvement of cultivation. Lu Yun thought to himself, then cast his gaze on several spiritual fruits. These spiritual fruits and herbs are equivalent to spirit herbs and should be able to be converted into energy values. Just as this thought came to him, Lu Yun immediately started running the pure yang aura within him, refining and compressing the remaining energy into his flesh. The feeling of fullness began to wane slightly. He casually picked up a spiritual fruit and swallowed it in a couple of bites, keeping an eye on his status panel. Energy value +10. Seeing the information appear on the panel, Lu Yun was instantly elated. Without any hesitation, he grabbed 2 spiritual fruits and stuffed them into his mouth. Energy value +10. Energy value +10. Before long, the 12 spiritual fruits on the plate were all eaten by Lu Yun by himself. They're just a few spiritual fruits. Was there a need to eat them so quickly? Zhang Kuang looked at Lu Yun disdainfully, then began to slowly digest the remaining energy in his body. At the same time, his eyes were fixed on the remaining plates of meat. Although they were not up to par with a level 6 demon beast's meat, they were still meat from level 4 and level 5 demon beasts, which could aid in the enhancement of the physical body and increase cultivation progress. About an hour later, everyone had mostly finished digesting and started eating again. It was clear that the meat of level 4 and level 5 demon beasts paled in comparison to that of a level 6 demon beast. Even after finishing all the meat, they didn't feel as stuffed as before. This meal alone was worth a month's worth of cultivation effort. Zhang Kuang sighed with satisfaction, while pouring wine for Lu Yun and the others. "Gentlemen, let's drink." Finishing his sentence, he downed a cup and let out a satisfied exclamation. Just as the banquet was about to end, Wang Yuhao walked towards Lu Yun and the others, accompanied by Bu Fan. Wang Yuhao chuckled and said, "Junior brother Lu, junior brother Xiao, this battle was a hard-fought victory, and East Field City needs time to recover. Therefore, the recruitment exam for the Flying Spirit Martial Academy will be set for a fortnight from now. Is that all right with you both?" "No problem." Lu Yun agreed, without giving it much thought. Wang Yuhao was right. East Field City needed some time to stabilize. Similarly, the recruitment examination of the Flying Spirit Martial Academy also needed some time for publicity to attract more talents. Senior Brother Wang, we'd be grateful if you could announce the news of the Flying Spirit Martial Academy's recruitment. Lu Yun requested. No problem. Wang Yuhao readily agreed. Chapter 122, Chapter 122, Chapter 111, Getting Rich. Chapter 122, Chapter 111, Getting Rich. After the victory feast, Wang Yuhao ordered Bufan to rearrange the accommodations for Lu Yun and Xiao Chun, treating them as VIPs. Moreover, announcements were posted throughout the city, including details about the recruitment of disciples for the Flying Spirit Martial Academy, such as the time, location, and rules. Also, in the form of a booklet, it was sent to all the towns and mountain villages within the jurisdiction of Eastfield County. Within a few days, the news of the Flying Spirit Martial Academy's disciple recruitment had spread throughout Eastfield County, causing a great stir. The Flying Spirit Martial Academy was seen as a sacred place for martial arts training by the martial artists and commoners of the Spirit Martial Prefecture. Everyone aspired to go there. B0XO. Unfortunately, such a sacred place held recruitment examinations once every 5 years in the border counties, and there were age and innate talent limitations, so most people had no chance to enter, so they had to choose to join the army or other paths. Now, with the once-in-5 years examination starting, it inevitably stirred the hearts of everyone. I absolutely cannot let you follow my footsteps and be stuck in the true Qi realm for the rest of your life, unable to see the path ahead. No matter what, I will help you enter the Flying Spirit Martial Academy. On the way to Eastfield City, a bearded martial artist gazed at the rising sun on the horizon with hope in his eyes. Behind him followed a young boy. The young boy had bright eyes and a determined expression. His legs were each tied with a heavy sandbag, and his back was carrying a heavy bundle. Every step he took left a deep imprint on the road. Woodstone Village, a poor and backward village, was located deep in the mountains. It had always been self-sufficient and had little contact with the outside world. But today, everyone gathered at the entrance of the village to see off a young boy dressed in animal skin. Little Gu Yuan, be careful on the journey. Don't meddle in other people's affairs, and don't overexert yourself. The most important thing is to protect yourself. The villagers urged him with heartfelt affection for the child who had grown up eating from different families. My child, don't force yourself. If you can't enter the Flying Spirit Martial Academy, you must come back. Woodstone Village will always be your home. An old man, leaning on a cane, said in an ancient voice, Village Chief Grandpa, it's the Flying Spirit Martial Academy, not the Spirit Flying Martial Academy. The young boy, Gu Yuan, dressed in animal skin, corrected him. Oh, so it's the Spirit Flying Martial Academy. I guess I'm really old now. Back in my day, Village Chief Grandpa, uncles, and aunties am leaving. Gu Yuan waved his hand and quickly left, his figure slowly disappearing from everyone's view. This damned kid, he runs really fast. The old man shook his head helplessly, his vicissitudes filled, eyes momentarily shining, then sighing deeply. Those who wanted to leave could not be stopped. Only after going out to experience difficulties and setbacks would they remember the good of their small village. In Eastfield City, once a white-haired old man who had lost an arm in a battle with demon beasts outside the city, he now looked at the two teenagers in front of him and said solemnly, You two were born in Eastfield and have been protected by the Eastfield Army. Originally, I wanted to wait for a few more years before allowing you to join the Eastfield Army and continue to garrison the Eastfield giant city. However, after the last battle, I have a new understanding. To better protect the people of Eastfield County and guard the Eastfield giant city, we need extraordinary martial strength. If our strength is too weak, we can't even protect ourselves. You two, go take the examination for the Flying Spirit Martial Academy. At the same time, the muscular man whom Lu Yun and Xiao Chun had saved outside the city also instructed his own child, if you can't pass the examination and become a disciple of the Flying Spirit Martial Academy, you're not my seed. You're on your own. Time flowed like water, passing in a blink of an eye. Half a month later, Eastfield Giant City. The sun had risen, and the morning light squeezed through the gaps in the windows, leaving a white trace on the ground. Lu Yun finished his daily morning routine and opened his panel with a thought. Name: Lu Yun Power, Flying Spirit Martial Academy Martial Arts. 7 Kill Saber Technique, Reach Profound. Not upgradable, Black Tiger Saber Technique, Perfection. Not upgradable, Eastern Windbreak, Entry Level 1%. Mergeable, Flowing Wine Sky Dance, 100 Flowers, Perfection 25%. Mergeable, Gale Thunder Flash Step, Great Accomplishment 90%. Pure Yang Martial Arts Canon, True Chi Chapter, Small Achievement 49%. Innate Talent, Level 6 Martial Arts, True Chi Realm, 4 refinements. Energy Value, 2, automatically increases by 1 every 2 days. Conception, Slaughter Conception, first rank 27%. Compared to half a month ago, Lu Yun's strength had improved considerably, especially his pure yang aggressive aura, which had undergone 4 refinements, and was now even more powerful. A smile flickered across his lips as he stood up. As he opened the door, he saw Xiao Chun standing outside with his hands clasping his sword. "Good morning." Lu Yun greeted him with a smile. Xiao Chun nodded slightly, then moved, leaving an afterimage in place. With a whoosh, Lu Yun turned into a ray of golden light and quickly followed. Orchid Square, located east of the Eastfield Giant City, covered a vast area with a distance of 300 feet in both length and width, and had always been one of the conscription venues. Today, however, it was not the time for conscription, yet many people had gathered. Among them, the number of young boys and girls was the largest, amounting to about 10,000. Most of the other onlookers were martial artists, with quite a few in the True Chi realm. Such a border fortress city was unlike Cloudwater County, which lacked powerful martial artists. There were soldiers maintaining order outside the venue, and the captain in charge of maintaining order was Bufan. Chapter 123, Chapter 123, Chapter 111, Getting Rich _2, Chapter 123, Chapter 111, Getting Rich _2, wearing black armor, he emanated cold metallic luster all over. Combining his fierce aura with his imposing demeanor, the man stood there, creating a dominant presence that deterred others from approaching. When the gong sounded, Bufan coldly said, "Participants who have signed up for the Martial Academy examination should enter. Anyone uninvolved who tries to enter without permission will be killed on the spot." Upon hearing this, the soldiers in armor and wielding spears moved in an orderly manner to clear a path. Immediately, a sea of humanity surged into Orchid Square like a tide. At this moment, there was a high platform in the center of Orchid Square. B0XO. Come underneath the platform. There were 5 tables, each with a black crystal ball that emitted a mysterious, dark glow, evoking an indescribable sense of mystery. This was the Reach Profound crystal designed specifically for testing bone age and innate talent. Xiao Chun had received it during quest assignment. There were 2 people seated at each table. 3 people sat on the platform. The one wearing battle armor was awe-inspiring. The other 2 were young and extraordinarily talented, exuding an ethereal temperament. A group of young men and women silently looked up at the 2 young men sitting above, filled with admiration and respect in their eyes. Over the past half a month, news of Zhuang Zijin killing a 6th-rank demon beast and aiming to break through a realm, as well as Lu Yun and Xiao Chun, both considered heavenly prides, killing 4th-rank demon beasts, while in the True Chi realm, had spread throughout Eastfield County. There are so many people. Looking at the tens of thousands of examinees below, Lu Yun was somewhat surprised. He knew that only over 1,000 people had participated in the examination at Cloudwater County. Wang Yuhao chuckled. The battle half a month ago has made you and junior brother Xiao famous. Almost everyone in Eastfield County knows about your achievements. The younger generation aspires to join the Flying Spirit Martial Academy. When they heard about the examination, they flocked here. Of course, to save time, one asked Officer Bu to select eligible examinees 3 days in advance and eliminate the majority. The exam takers down there, at the very least, have cultivated their martial arts to the great accomplishment realm. Thank you, senior brother. Lu Yun clasped his hands. Ha, no need for courtesy, junior brother Lu. Wang Yuhao waved his hand with a smile. Afterward, Lu Yun stood up and gazed at the stage, filled with energetic young men and women. With a focused look, he exuded an experienced and stern image. I believe you all know the rules of the Martial Academy examination before coming here, so one won't go into detail. Let's get straight to the point. Lu Yun's voice, mixed with aggressive aura, spread quickly, echoing throughout the square. Under the influence of this powerful voice, many of the young men and women quieted their conversations and listened attentively to what Lu Yun had to say. The first examination item, verification of bone age and identity. Divide yourselves into 5 groups and proceed to the examination in an orderly manner. After he finished speaking, Lu Yun sat back down, watching the many young people with nervous or eager expressions. 1 year ago, he was one of them, as curious about the reach profound crystal as these young people, and just as eager for the unknown examination results. He had also witnessed others get eliminated due to their age, and experienced Meridian's zero-tolerance policy towards evil cult spies firsthand. Now, given the change in his identity, he wondered how many of these many people were suspicious, how many were level 5 innate talent, and whether there would be a level 6 innate talent or not. By now, Lu Yun had fully understood the purpose of the Reach Profound Crystal. One purpose was to test the actual bone age, and the second was to identify spies of the evil cult. The Reach Profound Crystal was crafted by the quartz artifact refiner, who infused a sliver of humanity's fate into it. Morrigan unified witchcraft demon beasts, developed 3 provinces, and spread martial arts throughout the world, gathering humanity's fate. Once a member of the evil cults and demon sects, they would be tainted with the sex fate, which contradicted the human fate of Morrigan. This was the principle of the Reach Profound Crystal in order to eliminate the evil cult's spies. After about 2 hours, the test concluded, with results beyond Lu Yun's expectation. Only a small portion of the people had their Reach Profound Crystal blinking, white due to their age, surpassing the limit, and not a single star pattern appeared. There wasn't a single instance of the Reach Profound Crystal flashing red, indicating none among the many people were spies of the evil cult. This result surprised Lu Yun. Could it be that evil cults like the White Lotus sect are afraid of the stationed army here and dare not invade Eastfield County? He thought to himself. For the second examination item, it was Xiao Chen's turn to preside over it. There were also 5 innate talent stones. After placing each of them on the tables, Xiao Chen looked at the crowd with cold eyes. The next item is the innate talent test. Those with innate talent lower than level 2 or lacking innate talent will be eliminated. If you show innate talent above level 5, you can skip the 3rd examination and directly become a disciple of the Flying Spirit Martial Academy. In addition, there will be rewards after joining the sect. All right, let the innate talent test begin. On the high platform, Lu Yun looked at the dense crowd below, his eyes filled with curiosity and anticipation. With so many people, I hope there will be a few more level 5 innate talents. It'd be even better if 1 or 2 have level 6 innate talent. That way, I can significantly improve my strength. fixated on the crowd being tested below, Lu Yun seemed calm. But inside, his anticipation ran even higher than the young examinees. Chapter 124, Chapter 124, Chapter 111, Getting Rich _3, Chapter 124, Chapter 111, Getting Rich _3, Yanlei, 3-star, normal innate talent. Fang Tian, 2-star peak innate talent. Jiang Yingyu, 1-star innate talent. Yun Bufan, 4-star normal innate talent. Lin Yang, no innate talent. B0XO, calm 5 voices rang out almost simultaneously from different directions. Just started, and there is already a good sign. It seems like the final results won't be too bad. Lu Yun's gaze fell on Yun Bufan, whose innate talent was 4-star normal, and a hint of a barely noticeable smile appeared on his face. Junior brother Lu, what do you think of these youngsters? At this moment, Wang Yuhao, who was beside him, suddenly smiled and asked, "They are the future forces of the Martial Academy and the backbone of our resistance against the demon beasts." Lu Yun casually responded, his attention once again returning to the youngsters who were testing their innate talent. Seeing Lu Yun's absent-minded appearance, Wang Yuhao couldn't help but guess a few things, and the smile on his face grew even more. "Junior brother Lu, are you in dire need of contribution points, or, to be more precise, cultivation resources?" Lu Yun replied without hesitation, "Of course 1 a.m. and am in great need." "Ha! Since junior brother Lu is so in need, 111 be happy to recommend you a good place." Lu Yun's eyes flashed as he asked, "Where?" "Monster Extermination Army." Upon hearing this, Lu Yun's eyes narrowed. In addition to the provincial magistrates guarding the borders and the ordinary army suppressing the 13 provinces, the Morrigan Empire had 2 more special armies. These 2 armies were the Demon Suppression Army and the Monster Extermination Army. The Demon Suppression Army was responsible for dealing with sects that had been expelled from the Morrigan Empire. More than 800 years ago, there were conflicts between aristocratic families and various sects in the 9 provinces. After the founding of the Morrigan Empire, all sects were expelled from the 9 provinces and established their schools in the depths of the wilderness. After hundreds of years of development, they gradually grew in strength. To prevent these sects from growing and counterattacking the 9 provinces, the Demon Suppression Army was established to sweep and suppress the power of the sections. As for the Monster Extermination Army, it was another special army, even larger and more powerful than the Demon Suppression Army. The duty of the Monster Extermination Army was to continue driving out demon beasts and expanding the wilderness. To tell you the truth, after General Zhuang breaks through to the Rune Seed Realm, he will be transferred to the Monster Extermination Army to take up an important position, and one will also follow General Zhuang to the wilderness to expand the territory. If junior brother Lu is willing, you can join us, and one can guarantee you a position as a commander. Senior brother Wang, you must be joking. I am only in the true Qi realm. How am I qualified to hold the position of commander? A deep and mysterious smile appeared on Wang Yuhao's face as he said, "A heavenly pride who can comprehend conceptions in the true Qi realm is indeed qualified to be a commander, especially since junior brother Lu has comprehended the slaughter conception and existence born for war." Upon hearing this, Lu Yun's eyes slightly narrowed. "Ha, senior brother Wang, you have discerning eyes, but one have no plans to join the Monster Extermination Army for the time being." Wang Yuhao did not get discouraged, but continued, "Junior brother Lu, do you know how much reward you can get for killing a 3rd-rank demon beast in the Monster Extermination Army, or how much for killing a 4th-rank demon beast?" Lu Yun shook his head. Wang Yuhao continued, "Nearly a third of the resources in the Morrigan Empire are invested in the Monster Extermination Army. Pills, spirit crystals, cultivation techniques, weapons, armor, etc. are all given priority. In the future, you can not only make meritorious deeds, but also become kings and nobles. Lu Yun remained unmoved. As he was now, dealing with a single fourth-rank demon beast was already difficult enough. If he were to join the monster extermination army, he would face not just one such beast, but dozens, even hundreds of them, as well as fifth-rank, sixth-rank, and even higher-ranked demon beasts. When he thought back to the frightening green-scaled giant eagle, breeze gray wolf, and other fifth-rank demon beasts from half a month ago, he still felt a lingering fear. The terrifying black-pupiled demon bull and green-pupiled demon ape made his heart tremble even more. Therefore, he would not join the monster extermination army until he had grown stronger. Seeing Lu Yun's demeanor, Wang Yuhao knew the outcome and couldn't help but sigh lightly. It was disappointing that he couldn't persuade such a genius who had comprehended the slaughter conception at such a young age and with such cultivation, especially since Lu Yun had once saved his life. Lu Yun didn't directly refuse, but tactfully said, "Senior brother, if I achieve success in martial arts in the future, I will definitely join the monster extermination army under your command." "All right, just having junior brother's promise is enough." Wang Yuhao heavily patted Lu Yun's shoulder. "Bailey E, 5-star Pekinate talent." Suddenly, a high-spirited voice rang out, instantly attracting Lu Yun's attention. This was a youth in black clothing with bright eyes. Facing the envious, jealous, and other complicated gazes, he always maintained a calm demeanor, neither arrogant nor impatient, just looking back at the bustling crowd outside the square. In the bustling crowd, a martial artist with a full face of beard had tears in his eyes. Bailey E. Among the group of youngsters, Gu Yuan, who was dressed in a tiger-skin beast robe, was quite eye-catching, and various unusual gazes fell on him. However, he didn't pay any attention to the gazes of others, just staring at Bailey E for a while. Seeing the reactions of these people, it seems that a 5-star Pekinate talent is quite amazing. I wonder what my innate talent is. Gu Yuan pondered. Soon, it was his turn to test. Coming to the table, Gu Yuan curiously looked at the human head-sized, semi-transparent, innate talent stone in front of him. Following the actions of the others earlier, he stretched out his right hand and slowly pressed it against the innate talent stone. The moment his palm touched the stone, a dazzling blue light burst forth, and the light gradually intensified, illuminating the entire square.